Rise of Unity. I'm your DM Spaz, and with me are my wonderful group of players. And starting off with the leader of the pack at the moment, Rezo.
I'm what now?
You're the leader.
Rezo Rendal, the Rougarou Wizard Thief. I am Shadow.
The tallest of the group, for now, Vindebrand.
For now.
For now.
Yeah, are we getting like a shrinking curse coming? What's going on?
It could happen. We'll see. But yeah, my name's Brian. I play Vindebrand Vettenstein, the Giantkin Druid, and we just found another of my kind.
Yep. And the most suspicious of the group, Indrid.
I resent that. My name's Dylan. I'm playing Indrid Cold, the most suspicious.
And next up is the loudest character, but also, surprisingly, decent businessman, Rave.
Well, how is she going to do business if you're not loud? Hi, everybody. I play Rave. My name is AJ, but yes, Rave is a shroud tabaxi valor bard. Quite big and brawny and buff and not afraid to show it.
And last but certainly not least, the guy in the back of the group hiding behind Vin's leg, shooting firebolts.
Hey everyone, my name is Connor, and I am playing Arlo Thistlebrush, the Shadow Sorcerer.
Okay. And with that, Brian would like to hit us with a recap of last session.
Yeah, Brian. When you're unmuted.
Brian.
I shall unmute myself and then start a recap. So we began last session with Indrid, Arlo, and Rave going to meet with Lord Ironbeard's son, Gilmet Steelfoot, in order to get our payment. Indrid got caught for the first time of the session trying to lift something. There was at least a few times of that, but they made their way in. And while Steelfoot was getting the payment for the party, Arlo used the Wand of Secrets to find a hidden compartment and ended up lifting a set of spectacles. Meanwhile, Rave stayed out front with Elith, a Kenku associate of Steelfoot from the Guild of 1,000 Feathers. She knew somebody that might be able to launder some of the ancient currency that we just got from our deal with Palkarth. And we were to meet her later that night. So they met up then with Vin and Rezo and Uther on the outskirts of Redgale to divide up their purse and then headed out to do some shopping. They later met with Elith that night and decided to get a quick pay, which would be available the next morning. So they were also given a couple of leads of people in town that might have some magical or expensive items that they could trade out. They decided then to camp that night at the forest line because there was too much treasure to bring into the town. It ended up being a quiet night that involved sharing the Wand of Secrets with some but not all, and also some tree hugging. And then the party woke to Arlo cooking up some meat pies and waffles. We then headed back into town to get our payment and do some additional shopping. Rezo and Vin went back to camp so that Rezo could use his newly acquired pearl to identify basically everything that we've acquired up to this point. And the rest went out to meet Malcork, who turned out to be a Giantkin. So excited to see another Giantkin. Indrid sprinted back to camp to go get Vin, while the rest toured the impressive Hall of Armor. He had all kinds of interesting items, and then soon after Indrid and Vin got back to the party, then they figured out that a lot of the stuff Malkark had was giant-sized and metal, which didn't work for pretty much anybody in the party, but he did have a task for them. They decided to help into looking into an issue where people were losing their heads in town. And so Malkark noted that he would give a Giantkin-sized set of stone armor and another item of Vin's choice if they were able to complete that task. So we did finish the session on two interesting notes. We first found out that Feek was by far the best thief anyone had ever met. And secondly, Wobbles is now a metallic hawk. That was a good way to finish the session there.
Oh yeah, I forgot that we let an Eldritch God ascend to the next plane.
Only a slight
like
upgrade. That. Only a slight
Just
upgrade.
skipped my mind, I guess.
And Arlo also gave our dog a stick. Passed off the Wand of Secrets.
Stick.
It's like, do we get a dog too?
Yeah.
Tried, offered it first to
Yeah, I
Indrid.
tried.
And Indrid said, if you give me that, I'm not going to give it back. Just being honest here, right?
This is gonna disappear.
Yeah.
Okay, then. And with that, you guys are left inside the trophy room with Argoth.
The orcish butler. So that-
Inside the treasure room?
yes, at this point, he's guiding you all out of it to the living room.
Do my
I
best
see-
to keep an eye on Indrid. Make sure he
Yes.
doesn't slip off again.
He's also keeping a very close eye on Indrid. Since this is the guy that he literally tried to pickpocket after he said
That
hands to yourself.
Helper man, do you happen to know where we could start? The best place.
Well then, considering you were given such a lacking description, I think I should probably explain what's currently going on. Please, all of you can sit down. I'll bring you some tea.
More tea, teaspoon.
Lovely.
He walks away for about a minute, leaving you guys in the room.
is there anything made of a valuable metal in this room?
Indrid.
Roll me a perception check.
Gonna steal the silverware, are we?
Probably.
Might.
Oh, this is his Jean Valjean moment. Don't ruin this, guys.
As you're looking around the room, nothing metallic really catches your eye, but on the other side, behind Vindebrand, or behind the couch Vindebrand is sitting in, which is very nice and large enough to hold him.
A
You can
comfy
see what
couch? Nice.
Yes, you can see what looks to be a very nice, intricate cabinet that is made of a single piece of wood, from what you can tell.
Cabinet?
Cabinet.
I can't fucking get a cabinet out of here.
Grab that
But
hutch.
you could open the cabinet.
That is only fancy thing that catches your eye inside this room.
No, that orc guy's gonna come back and be a douche.
Unless you want to steal the, the curtains and drapes.
Nah. No stealing stuff. We've got, seems like a nice guy. Offering us some very, I'm partial, obviously, but some very nice items.
Some.
Wouldn't want
some
to,
nice items.
Yeah.
I'm really preferential to the bag and the deal you made. I'm looking forward to the drinking contest.
Right,
So
mate. He
much.
tried
Been
to
a while.
offer you a cursed cloak.
Cursed.
Yeah,
So now you're an expert on curses too?
mate. I am
An
cursed.
expert, an expert on everything now.
Look at me.
That's fair. Eventually, one of these days, I'll learn how to take it away.
I'll learn that.
I'll help you out.
And a fine day that will be. Fine indeed.
Okay then.
N-
At this point, you can see Argoth walking back in with a small platter with a few teacups on it, as well as a teapot. He sets them all out in front of you and then pours a cup of tea for each one of you. Are any of you drinking it?
Arlo is on the giant-sized furniture. He probably has to use Mage Hand to get
Yeah.
it from the
Oh, well.
table to the 10 feet to where he is sitting.
Okay then.
Is there like a halfling-sized cup and a giantkin-sized cup? Or are they
I
all?
would say, considering the household, yes, there is actually. There are cups that will fit each one of your sizes accordingly.
Lovely.
D&D,
Kind
where
of
ramekin-style china is the norm.
What kind of a tea is it?
It's actually a very nice, kind of gingery type tea. You're not
Nope.
quite sure of the exact flavors added into it, though you do notice ginger as the main one.
Ooh, yes, I'll
Maybe,
take it.
maybe cinnamon alongside. Not sure.
Delightful.
Very seasonal though.
Andrew's a black tea kind of guy.
It's good tea. You like the tea.
Lovely.
So, for this endeavor, will we be working with the authorities or perhaps a little more under the table?
Well then, at the moment, from what it sounds like, the authorities have captured one of the assailants that is connected to this, though from recent news from associates of Malkork, possibility that this might happen again soon. So, at the moment, I would say start off with the guards. Move on from there. Though, be a bit careful working with dwarves. Dwarves is a bit problematic at times.
We're also planning on going to another individual who I'm told is slightly shady. Do you think he might have some info if he's working in the more shadowy parts of the town?
Yeah, fella known as that guy.
As you say that name, his eyes kind of narrow a little bit.
It's a bit odd somebody told you that name, but if you're really seeking information from him, be sure to bring more information. He's
Tit for tat kind of guy.
very curious.
Alright, I think I can do some things. Maybe we'll find something out.
Yes, if you could just give us directions to the nearest guardhouse, we'll be on our way.
So, my suggestion at this point would be going to the western barracks outside if you want to speak to guards. If you want to get a more, if it's possible for you to get a more in-depth understanding of this case, go to the Temple of Justice if you have some sort of connections there, if possible. They would definitely have much more official stance on what happened exactly. Though, if you do that, it might take a lot longer.
Wouldn't want to miss the festivities, eh?
Is there any other questions?
You said that your resources said that something may similar happen rather soon. Are we thinking tonight or maybe sometime this week or?
Not exactly. With it soon being winter in a month, it's most likely if anybody is going to be moving around and doing things, they're going to be doing it now, within this month. Maybe sooner.
Ah,
That's probably why he's having you investigating it now, so it doesn't get in his way later.
Very good.
Well, fair enough. I think we should just, do we split, or do we go to one first and then the other?
well, I don't have any connection to this Temple of Justice. I don't suppose any of you do.
No.
Right.
I'll
I, for
make my way
one,
into temples, but
would like to stay as far away from there as possible.
The temple?
Right.
Okay.
not the religious type, are you?
2 out of those 3 words, temple and justice, and temple of justice, are bad words, mate.
All right. Well, I can accompany Indrid and speak to the dwarves, as I don't think any of you speak dwarvish.
Hold on.
Not yet.
Rave speaks Dwarvish, but it's a very, like, you know, like, meh Dwarvish. He kind of has a few words.
Where's the bathroom? Left turn, right turn?
How
Around.
do you say this? Hello, nice to meet you. My name is this. Very basics. You've been around.
Dwarvish 101.
Well, if we want to split up to cover more ground, I'm happy to head to the temple.
At this point, Uther will pretty much be heading out, and he's actually gonna get Rezo and bring him back here at this point. And he'll be
Sounds
switching
good.
out. He's gonna be switching out Rezo since Rezo's much better at doing this tracking thing than he is. Guarding's
right.
more up his alley. So he'll just wait at the camp with Veek. Hopefully nothing goes wrong there.
Hopefully.
Watch over the good stuff.
I mean, we did trade in our coins, right? We no longer are in possession of the hundreds of pounds of coins.
Yeah, we have the feathers now.
You guys
Okay,
have
we have
feathers at this
feathers.
point.
Okay.
Uther has feathers at this point, which I don't know if Scott would be okay with it, but if be possible, Uther would probably give you guys like 10 feathers to work with. Whoever is with or isn't with what's it called? Rezo, who has all the other feathers.
Hmm.
Just so you have a bit of bargaining on top of it.
I mean, out of character, I'm willing to go to the temple, but like, does anyone have like disguise or anything like that?
Wanna
Are you?
go?
Yeah,
go
because
with-
I have horns
I
and a
can't
tail,
do
You
it.
have horns, a tail, and a bluish.
and I'm blue.
Not really.
No, yeah, okay.
I got a blanket. We can put it over you.
I can make you invisible. That's the best I can do.
Yes, use illusion magic going into the Temple of Justice.
Could put a lesser restoration on you. Maybe that get rid of your curse.
No, mate, I've tried that before, you know. Saved up all my coin from my father's estate, and went to a healer. Didn't work, mate.
Shitty healer.
Next time, I'll figure something out. Don't you
Yeah.
worry. Don't you worry.
For sure, mate.
Well,
I wish you luck.
Argoth, one more question.
What else?
How's
do you want?
How's a guy of your stature, your size, end up in a profession like such as your own? Curiosity.
When I was a lot younger, as well as Malcork was a lot younger, he let's just say he had a bit of an interactions with an orc tribe, and you know, had loose ends. That was
Do
a
you have
long
a
time ago, though.
Good relationship?
Oh yes, I've known
Oh,
him
good,
for
good.
almost 60 years now.
Close. 60 years is a long time.
Indeed, it is.
Next time we'll get you that we'll get you to do that orcish greeting.
Oh, gosh.
It's all the rage in town, so I'm told. Oh well. All right, off we go, I suppose.
I wish you luck. If you find any information, come back to me and inform me, and I'll inform the Lord.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Lovely tea, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for the tea.
Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it.
Okay then. So then, what are the 5 of you gonna do now? Split up into 2 separate teams, or
I want to see the shady shop.
shady shop?
I think myself and Indrid could be convinced to go see that guy.
Yes, yeah, 3 places that we could go. Western Guard Tower is near, right?
Is it?
Well,
Oh,
we're in the
Western
western part of
We're
town.
on the east side. West
Yeah.
is left.
What? We're
You're
on the
on
west
the
side.
left
Wait,
Wait,
you
yeah,
guys
we're
are
on the west side here.
You're on Rave right here.
Oh, okay. Rave is our token. Okay.
So
Well,
the Western Bear. So honestly, everything is about the same distance away where you're at the moment. Honestly,
Aye.
maybe honestly the Western Barracks being the furthest.
Oh, really?
Just by a tinge.
Yeah, by a very small amount. And this isn't people aren't really leaving this town, or besides farmers and such. So the gates are pretty open for the most part. It's not very hard to get in and out of the city.
You have to do this to get to there. So yeah, it's about the same.
You take the small bridge and reach the temple, or go
Yeah.
this way to the shady individual, from what you heard, where you can find him.
Well, we could just try and hit up all 3 without having to split up.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, fine. But which one first?
What time of day is it? Like afternoon? Mid,
At
late?
this point, it's
Shouldn't be too late.
about no, it's only 10 actually. You guys went to the Tangled Thread around 8ish. You talked to her a bit, gathered information, gathered your coin, and then pretty much made your way through the town. And now you're pretty much here after the conversation and identifying of all the items.
Well, if we're staying together, why don't we go to the barracks first, as it seems the most out of the way? From what the butler told us, they'll get more of the more brass specs, and then we can go to the temple to get more clarification on anything we don't understand. And that guy is in the same area.
Sounds fair. Who likes
Alright.
talking to the authorities?
I vote Indrid. Honestly, like jokes aside, he probably has the best chance when it comes to talking to anybody.
Hey, demons are a girl's
Smooth
best friend,
talker.
man.
I was gonna say, whoever's moving. I'm not moving me. Someone else is.
I am
I-
moving you.
I am the temptation of these nuns.
But yeah, at the moment, I'll move you guys towards the western barracks unless you decide otherwise. Okay then. So it's only takes you about 20 minutes to get there. You guys go actually through the back alleys, which this is the nicer side of town for the most part, honestly, because this is a mix-up of pretty much all the main merchants or traders of the town, along with any higher officials within the Bane. Nobody of large status, but definitely the richer individuals are up in this area. So there's a plentiful amount of guards as you guys are walking back and forth, which definitely does bring into question how were there murders over in this area, or at least as many as there were from what you've heard.
It's a nobleman.
It's a
a
magic
nobleman.
murder.
Well,
And
eventually-
the worst things.
Eventually, you guys make it to the western gate, which actually, surprisingly enough, a bit busy, as you're noticing a few people come in and out. A lot of carts transferring what you can see as supplies heading towards the direction of the barracks. Though it's easy enough for you guys to get around since you're all on foot for the most part. Vin, you gotta watch out a couple times as you almost get hit by a wagon twice.
You're really
My pony-
big. You think it'd be easy to avoid you.
My pony and we bought like a wagon, didn't we?
Oh, we left
Last
that
you
back
guys, last you guys said you left that all at
Uther.
camp after
Yeah.
supplying.
Okay, cool.
That's with Uther, unless you want to go grab it.
And Feek.
Yes, Uther and Feek, the two MVPs of the group.
Futher.
The FUs.
They should balance each other out. So like
Maybe.
Uther would like give away our supplies to some refugees, but Feek would just
Steal them back.
light a horse on fire or something.
Feek would blow up your guys' camp, while Uther puts out the flames.
It'll be fine.
That's the worst babysitting job.
Yes, a goblin with magic items and the capability of summoning chaos with a deck of cards. Wonderful.
Oh, look, guards!
Yes, as you guys are continue your way through the gate, you eventually make your way to the barracks, which is not very far away. You can see what looks to be about 4 buildings in front of you. One which a assortment of Bane and Bane soldiers, which for those of you that are used to the Bane, their army mostly consists of an assortment of humans and halflings with usually here and there of actual Bane. Either in guard, Bane usually only keeps guard roles or higher officials. That usually.
Do I see a halfling guard?
You do not see a halfling guard at this point. As you guys are moving up, though, you have at this point you can either continue on and just move up to the soldiers and start asking around, soldiers/guards, or you can actually make your way into the pretty much office of the barracks itself and look for an official if you want to.
Oh, I'm not going in the office.
You sure?
He's pretty big.
And it's crowded.
As good as the rumor mill is, I feel like maybe someone in authority may have all the facts as opposed to just some of them.
I can just do a browse around outside. Just get some quick, see if I get some little nuggets, and one of you guys can go and get the big picture.
I will
Sure.
say this, it is surprisingly hectic outside at the moment. There's a lot of movement going on at the barracks right now.
Do they all look like guards and whatnot?
It looks like a mix-up of guards and also soldiers, which one of the things that you, Vin and Rezo, you guys would have caught on it coming into town the first time, is a good chunk of the soldiers that were placed in the town were moved to Rosewick. in place of assisting the guards there.
Gotcha. Yeah, we met him on the way here.
Rave
These
might suggest doing a thing where he'll go and start going to the guards individually, like looking for ones that maybe need help offloading or unloading supplies or transferring things, and basically asking questions by offering to say, hey, I'll help you out the load if you don't mind me asking some stuff while we do some of the work ahead. Kind of build a
Okay,
good relationship.
then give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, they don't like me?
You're a shroud.
But
Can I
I'm
assist
being
him?
so nice. Look
Well,
at
I'm
my
being
little
nice.
nice face.
Can I assist him?
I would say, sadly, your assistance will not help.
But I'm hot.
You're not.
Not the dwarves.
Well, Mr. 2124!
All right.
Snap it, T!
Seems like disadvantage didn't matter. You know, luckily you found what looked to be a halfling and human offloading.
Oh,
the
perfect.
cart.
I speak halfling,
like-
so I'm getting...
Yeah, you were looking around and you're like, Bane, human and halfling. And you just walk over that wagon over there at this point. As you see these two guards offloading what
I
looks
found
to
my
be a
H&M
large
buddies.
assortment of supplies.
Oh, that's her. Hello, or let's see. Let's go with the halfling. How are you doing there? Hey, you
The guy looks at you like, the fuck are you saying? The halfling looks at you as like, why are you gonna speak like me? Huh?
I like to speak with lots of
You're trying to be-
halflings. They're great. I've done some business with them before.
He looks at you like really confused and he's like, do you really necessary for you to do everything to me?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I mean, I figured it'd be easier for you to talk with something you're more familiar with.
I'm gonna kind of follow him around, try and keep myself around where all the talking is going on. Given what I've been told about the presence of Giantkins and the the good luck charms and all that too, so
Yeah.
hopefully that helps out a little bit with.
I would say when it comes to the superstition of Giantkin, it's more to the point of traveling. You're a good thing.
Okay. I'm still nosy, so.
I heard there'd been some shit going on with the head. Head's chopping off a recent leader. You know, the bad stuff. Anything about that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I work at the barracks here. If you want to know information about inside the city, go talk to one of the officers or possibly, city guard.
But, I know that you know that there's some of the guys are a little less, nice to us, and that's
I'm-
very
I'm
nice
just-
to the non-Bane. You know when it's a little more favorable?
Honestly, like a day or two, possibly. A lot of guards are moving here from other cities at the moment. Moving a lot of traffic here,
Do you know anything like maybe the captain inside likes to get if he knows no information? A gift can go a long way.
It's probably safe to assume, a dwarf likes alcohol. Probably, maybe. Ooh.
Oh, any favorite?
He just shrugs like.
But it's good enough, friend. Thanks for all the information. I'll take it on, and good to see you too, Mr. Man.
You just look at the human. He's fucking confused. Like, what the fuck just happened?
So is Vin. Like, what the fuck? Rafe, what you doing talking like that?
Or to talk in halfling.
I'm just imagining
What?
halfling requires you to also wave your arms about.
Oh yes, it's a multi-language.
Just Kermit the Frog it.
Yeah, but they have to be Muppet hands specifically. It's very hard to master.
So time to go talk to some of the guards then, yeah? The captains?
Yes, but if we can bring them some alcohol, maybe some dwarven alcohol, might go a long way to just let us in the door.
I got a couple bottles of wine. A bottle of whiskey.
Do we
Oh,
still
ma-
have that dwarven shit that knocked you on your feet?
Oh, I drank all of that.
All of it? Okay.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we are coming back from doing a great deed for Ironbraid, and if I don't miss my guess, I'm thinking that all this activity is them getting ready to, go off to, secure the fort.
Maybe. Well,
So,
let's
probably pretty busy.
Okay.
But dead bodies tend to also have their own type of priority.
Yeah, I just suggest maybe getting some beer or whiskey. Whiskey, good. Let's try going in there.
I got a bottle of whiskey in my inventory. I mean, we can use this to start with if you want.
That'd be good.
Arlo looks around with his heavy dwarven like population. Are there any like stands that are just like kind of like pop-up stands for alcohol, like beers, like that you can have for your 10-minute breaks or whatever?
At the moment, you actually don't see any around here. I would say this for all of you, because pretty much all of you have been around Bane. Even though they're dwarfs and they have all the stereotypes connected to them as being dwarfs, they're very organized when it comes to their leisure time. So, not very often that you'll just find a bunch of them just sitting around everywhere.
Can I fit into the quarters to go talk to one of the?
I would say you can. It's gonna be a little bit like awkward. You can get into the door like while crouching and stuff, and you could walk around with like your head like this most of the time inside the building. But yeah.
Well, if no one else wants to go talk to him, I'm happy to go see if
I
they
mean,
know anything
well, you know,
before we do.
if you're having trouble getting in there, Vinny, why don't you try turning into a talking animal in that way? You know, it'll probably be really interesting to the dwarf if he talks to like a parrot, a really conversing parrot.
Unfortunately, I've not mastered the flight thing yet.
Okay. Is there any other talking animal that's not a bird?
A parrot flies in with a bottle of whiskey.
Hey, tell me about the dead people! No, it's all right. I'm accustomed to it. I got the a strain in my neck here. It'll go away after a couple hours.
All right, I'll go in with you.
So, just watch out, Arlo. I don't want to knock you over as I get in here.
Oh, I'm letting you go first.
I'm gonna pull Indrid to the side real quick and just go, Indrid, do you think these guys are destined to go and die?
We're all going to die someday.
No. Not philosophically. Are they going to the fort that we were just at?
I mean, maybe.
Okay. I think they are. And if they are, they're dead men walking at this point. And I think they really have no use for some of the stuff that they have. Do you want to try taking some of it?
The guards.
Roll me a stealth check. Rezo. Not Rezo, Brave. Damn it.
Yeah, Rezo.
Now
it's Rezo! You said Rezo! I'm in the clear!
All right, well, here we go.
No, Rave, roll me a stealth check.
Okay. 18.
Okay. Luckily, you learned to keep your voice down.
Let's steal from them.
Yeah, right.
They're all dead anyways. Let's just steal from them.
And I will die as one of them.
Because if you want to,
Okay.
I know you're really good at it, and I
Well,
can make you invisible.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go to a corner where they won't find us. Let's just go find a little place out of the way, just so I can cast a spell, because it makes a bit of a noticeable.
Yeah, right, mate.
All right, so we'll just head off and away when no one is nearby. Obviously, away from the chaos. I'm sure they're busy enough that they shouldn't notice us. And then I'm going to cast
then.
invisibility on Indrid.
I guess at this point, let's start with the thief group before we start with the office group, since I feel like the office group is going to take longer than what you guys are trying to do.
I'll get to the point. Unless Arlo stops me.
So then, you two go behind a building, and I'm assuming, do you turn both of you invisible, or only?
Oh no, just him, just him.
Okay then.
Like, he does whatever he wants. I'll just maintain concentration on it, and I'll just say, "You got 1 hour. Remember, no attacking, no casting spells. You'll be fine."
All right. I'm gonna go steal something.
I steal something off a rave.
Ooh, maybe. No. So we're at the guard outpost. There's barracks.
Our barracks at this point.
They would have emptied out their barracks room if they're leaving, for the most part.
Now, you do see a lot of wagons going back
Yeah,
and
yeah.
forth with them. So, interesting thing you'll actually notice at this point, since you're looking around to steal something. Not only they're uploading supplies, they're also offloading supplies and moving into the barracks as well.
I'm gonna use my Eldritch Sight and see if I see anything magical in those wagons that are possibly like personal items. See if maybe there's like family heirlooms or something that's giving off a little magical vibe in any of those.
Okay, then. Would you like to roll the percentile dice, or shall I roll the percentile dice to see if something comes up?
I will roll.
Okay, then.
Yay.
Okay, then.
46.
I'm average.
Sadly, you do not notice anything magical in the wagons. It makes sense. They're probably not going to bring anything that spectacular with them.
That they wouldn't be like wearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can rummage around in some of these personal wagons and see if I can find something to steal.
So with you moving wagon to wagon at this point, for the most part, there's no real wagons left by themselves, or they're not unloading. Though you get lucky enough and you catch one of those wagons that are just coming in for offload. That, from what you can tell, and right as the guys get off the wagon to go inform the officer that what they're doing here, you pretty much move up and start rummaging through it at this point. So give me a sleight of hand check.
I do those, guys.
Do you get advantage because you're invisies?
Yes, Baz.
I will say this is a straight roll because this is more if you leave a trace of you being there or not.
Cover them tracks.
You just won't be seen.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So as you pretty much like get over to the wagon, you kind of like step on the wheel a little bit to just get a good enough reach inside, and you start pretty much opening up some of the bags very, very slowly. Well, not really slowly, just like at a decent enough pace.
Delicately.
Yeah, like very delicately, just moving them aside, feeling them out, like seeing like this is clothes, maybe boots, and then like as you're feeling around, you feel a very familiar sensation as you tap a portion of the bag, as you can feel what seems to be the familiar feeling of coins.
Yeah,
As you
take it.
tap against it. You snatch the bag. Ouch. Are you going to continue searching?
You got an hour.
I look around. Does it seem like people are going to be moving these wagons soon? Is everyone kind of just waiting, hurry up and waiting? Or
With this one, if you continue searching, you will take the risk of them returning to offload it at this point.
okay,
Now, if you're lucky and they start, you could probably move to the back and hope nobody touches you and you go through the other bags, but be a little bit, riskier at that point.
can I untie the horse from the wagon?
You can do that.
I will do that.
Okay, then. It
Because
takes you
chaos
a second.
is my name.
Yes, you it takes you a bit of time and you eventually unlatch the horse and it's completely no longer attached. The
Yeah,
horse
it's just-
itself hasn't noticed yet that, it's loose at all.
Okay, let me read.
Spell
attacks
set
or
of-
spells?
Yeah,
attacks and spells.
if I slap the horse on the haunch, is that an attack?
Do a tickle.
I would say it
Tickle
will
him.
not.
Oh no, I know. I'll like get up right up next to its ear and just go ooga booga booga.
Nice.
No, that's a natural one. Okay, as you do this, and it doesn't help because the horse has blinders on as well at the moment. As you do this, and you fucking scare the shit out of this horse as it starts bucking a bit, as it actually kicks the wagon, and then notices it's unlatched, and then just bolts.
Fantastic. I would like to search the wagon.
And at this point, you'll actually notice that it kicked off one of the wheels of the wagon, and it has tipped over at this point. And
Even
it's now
better.
Spilt out.
Good plan.
That is a
All right,
natural.
yeah.
That is a natural one from that poor horse.
Oh,
Rummaging.
it's
Rummaging
Limelight's
now.
cousin.
Yeah, right.
It's with all the skittish horses.
Yeah.
What do the Bane do to their horses? Okay, then.
They just don't have confidence with short people, that's all.
At this point, you don't need to make any checks or anything. All the bags are disturbed. The wagon is completely fucked up at this point. You pretty much move around, you rummage through them, and you take off at this point with pretty much a bag full of a mixture of coins and also what you thought were valuable belongings, which at this point, let me click this.
Bag o loot.
Baileyed.
From dead soldiers.
Dead-ish.
Ooh,
Oh my
Holy
god!
shit.
good for
Holy
for-
shit, boy! That's gonna weigh a lot though with that 1300 copper.
Man,
Jeez.
that poor fucking dwarf that was carrying fucking 12 platinum and
I
80 gold that
know.
you fucking stole from them. So that is pretty much all the coin that you stole from
Cool.
that wagon.
Yeah,
God.
I'm
You just-
gonna bring it all back to Rave, pour it all out, and like 50-50 might.
Ah! Give me him!
I mean, we're back in the alley.
Okay.
You know, I'm not just dumping it out. And then fucking-
Coins from nowhere! Oh my god, it's a miracle!
We're rich, mate. Yeah, no, 50-50.
Yeah,
Nice.
All right,
Well,
so
each one's an even number, so we can just divide it. 6p. Yeah, I'll just do the whole.
6
Poor dwarf
platinum.
walks out.
It's 100 each.
I don't trust banks, so I keep everything with me.
Yeah.
115 gold.
So pretty much because there's that much, you just took everything that was valuable inside that wagon.
This was a great plan.
Hey, you are. a
Whatever
genius.
guards that were moving into this barracks have nothing.
I have no idea what you did to make the horse bolt, but I'm pretty sure that was you. And genius.
Yeah, right, man. I was going to slap it, then I was like, wait, what if that makes the spell go away?
Oh, it might have made it go away. Yeah.
Exactly, mate. Now look at all this money we got,
That's
mate.
great money. And then we're going to use it. Oh, it was going to go to like a dead man's engine. Perfect.
Fantastic, mate.
It's excellent.
Fantastic. This is a lot of copper, though, mate.
It's crazy. But no silver. Who doesn't carry silver?
All right. I think we're done.
Actually, just to clarify something, the dwarves actually don't have silver coins.
Really?
So yes, or not silver, electrum coins.
Oh, so the Electrum is silver.
The electrum are Kefnu, and considering these Bane troops turn those electrum coins into silver coins.
Okay, so
Okay.
do we convert that into silver, which is like...
No, that just sadly goes down to 20 silver.
Oh, okay, that's fine,
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's just the dwarves don't
Yeah.
know the currency of electrum.
Totally.
And with that, we will move into the indoor party that are trying to do, lawful things.
Right. Hey, me and my little friend here looking for some information. Who do we talk to?
You're just at the front desk at this point, and you see this small halfling woman just sitting at the desk.
Oh, anything in particular you have business with? Like, are you a trader inside of town that's trying to get, like, a new permit? Or are you in particular,
Sure.
an individual claiming, some sort of legal activity?
Sure. A little bit of all of the above, I'd say.
Oh.
Arlo,
As
you
she-
look like you have something to say.
She starts
Speak up if you like.
As she starts flipping through paperwork at this point.
Listen, all we want to know is something about the heads lopping off of the townsfolk in there. We're looking to see if we can maybe gather some information to help out.
Oh, your private eyes. Okay.
Well, not
Yeah.
just that, my dear woman. We are, in fact, the heroes who cleared out the fort to the west for Lord Ironbreed.
Oh. Huh. Okay, then.
At your service.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet all of you. So you're looking into the recent murders of, I'm assuming, considering decapitations you were speaking of, what happened in the west side?
My goodness, how many murders go on in this city?
Not very
You have
often,
to specify
but when
them by how they're murdered or
not
something?
very often, but when there are murders, they stay notable for a while, and only a couple of them ever get solved.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Well, we
Well.
would be happy to learn anything we can about those circumstances to try and tie things up before we move on.
Okay. Well then, if you're going to be searching for information or gathering information, sadly I do not have anything, but I can get you a small little hearing from Captain. Which captain, actually? Are you going to get the nice one or are you going to get the mean one? Let's see.
How many captains do you have?
Currently, two.
Currently at this barracks, 2. Each barracks has 2 captains to pretty much maintain everything.
All right.
With the, usual meet up with by a steel maiden.
Ah.
But at this point, you will actually be meeting with Captain Jade Breath.
It's a fancy name.
Mm-hmm.
And are they currently in?
Yes, they are in. So if I can, as she kind of like writes down a few things and hands Arlo the piece of paper. If you can continue through that door over there, she points to your left, and then wait until you are called, they will be right with you, and he'll try to inform you the best he can of what you're looking for, and also he'll probably be asking you a few questions of why you're looking into this. So I would say keep those in mind as well.
Oh, sure. How long you expect us to have to wait?
At the moment, possibly an hour.
Oh my.
We are currently moving in new guards and recruits, as well as moving out both guards and also soldiers under the order of Lord Ironbeard.
Ironbeard. Yeah, we just spoke to him the other day.
Yes. I would say if you are associates of him, probably not bring that up with Jade Breath.
She not a fan of the guy?
Well, considering we've already lost about half our forces going to Rosewick to take care of the town, and now what reinforcements we are getting back, Lord Ironbeard has pretty much decided to take away from the city. We are definitely lower staffed because of these decisions, so some of the captains are upset by it.
Any chance you wouldn't happen to know Captain Jade's Breath stance on a certain ex-adventurer named Malcork, a giant kin?
Stands about a year tall.
Yes, I know the individual you're speaking of. For the most part, I don't know of anything in particular between those two. When it comes to adventurers or wealthy individuals, they usually keep to themselves, though they're usually the ones that make most of the reports of crime happening, if anything. Most of the complaints come from them. So, as far as I know, if anything, the name will be familiar, but that's about it.
Is this less your stature? This Miss Jade Breath?
No, he's much taller than I am.
Miss? Oh, I thought you said. For some reason, I got the impression I was a female.
No, Captain Jade Breath.
Captain. Oh, not the dwarven type. You're saying?
No, he is a dwarf.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought maybe we should. Here, take this whiskey. You could offer it to him. Oh,
Right.
wait. Take a
But-
sip first. The stuff is delicious.
You know, I'm going to save it, and I'm not going to offer the captain an already open bottle.
All right, we'll give it back if you don't want any.
All right, and pass it back. Let's go to the waiting room.
Get him.
An hour it is.
Yeah, at this point, the rest of you will notice that it's taking a while. Reza, what are you doing at this time?
I probably would have followed Vin and Arlo in as
Okay, then.
after the other two went into an alleyway. But upon hearing that it's going to be an hour, I'm going to listen in on the door to the office, like as soon as we get into the waiting room.
I should note this waiting room is actually what looks to be a assortment of pretty much office desk, pretty much
Like
an assortment of
DMV?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna sit
would
down
say-
and do like the most egregious man spreading you could imagine from a giant kin. Take up like 4 seats.
It looks like a lot of the logistics are done in this area with a few individuals working back and forth in here.
Currently working in here.
Yeah, currently working in here. You guys are currently waiting in here, and then you'll be meeting with the captain, which is one of the main offices inside this building.
Did they tell us which office?
They did not.
Arlo would like to spend its hour just eavesdropping, particularly for anyone in Dwarvish, which he can understand, for any rumors or that sort of thing.
Okay, then. One of the main rumors that you will be hearing about is the unusual and also somewhat terrifying news of the Dwarven King calling in majority of the Iron Maidens back to Mount Vatoon. Which, from what you know, the Iron Maidens are pretty much the most devout followers of Carvalia.
Interesting.
Pretty much the highest priest that can be of Carvalia, from what you know. Usually keepers of law and also managers of the Bane.
About how numerous are these Iron Maidens?
The Steel Maidens, for how many there are, in each Bane city, there is a Temple of Justice, and each Temple of Justice usually has about 20 Steel Maidens, and then about double that in underlings and acolytes of them.
Okay, so is it Steel Maidens or Iron Maidens?
It's Steel Maidens.
Okay,
I might have said Iron Maiden in first. My bad.
no worries.
They're just singing Number of the Beast and jamming to Iron Maiden songs all day.
And anything else in particular that you're doing, Rezo?
You gonna stick around with us?
If it doesn't look like I'll be able to listen in on the door, then yeah, I'll just stick around.
Okay then. And with that, time is going to be passing. What are you two doing? Or actually, I would say it's probably safe to assume you guys are pretty much using up that entire 1 hour to collect the coins that you guys did. So at this point, you guys...
An hour-long spell, yeah.
Yeah, you guys would be pretty much just getting your coin as you guys get called into the office.
We also had to divvy up 1,300 copper pieces
I know,
between
dear
each other.
God.
Two.
Like the two
The
of you
whole
were just...
heist took like 15 minutes. The rest of the time we're just there.
Stinking copper.
1,138.
Just leave it.
1,139.
It was like, I thought it was a lot of coin.
It was.
Bunch of fucking copper.
It's always a bunch of fucking copper, but I ain't gonna turn down copper.
Hey, it's be, you know,
I'm level 5. Copper's life.
Mhm.
copper's useful. Just cast light on it. So at this point, you guys are pretty much called over and have to follow one of the dwarven guards inside the area, and then eventually you're brought to this office where you see this individual. Bloop. Sitting at a desk. He does not have his helm on, though he does have his hammer on a wall behind him. And he's pretty much sitting at the desk and looking over a few documents at this point. He's like,
Yes, you're the adventurers that were looking into the recent murders on West Side, correct?
That's right, yeah.
We made a recent acquaintance with Malcork, and he told me of his concerns for there are multiple murders in these past few weeks.
Pretty reasonable, considering that's not too far from his section. But yes, it is something that we have been looking into, and at this point we have caught 3 individuals connected to the murders. So, what exactly are you looking into, might I ask? Just a bit overall.
Well, I suppose to do our best to make sure these things don't happen again.
Okay then. So, I guess the best I can give you at this point is the exact case. I've been looking it over since it was brought back up. So, at the moment, from what we've actually had, there's been 6 murders connected to these individuals. Sadly, no connections to the victims themselves. Seems sporadic at times. The more damning thing is the individuals themselves that have caused these. They have no connection or past connection to one another, nor affiliation from what we can find. The only thing that we can connect them together to is they've all have this same mark, the cult, at the base of their neck, which for the most part looks like a how do I explain it? A swollen bruise. Each one of them, each time we catch them, they refuse to speak, but the problem is, from what we can tell, each time we do catch one, they seem to continue, though they've stopped recently.
When you catch them, they continue, you said?
Yes, when we catch them, the murders keep continuing. The main thing that we
Ugh.
notice is that it's a the main thing that's connecting each one of them is a decapitation with the lack of body. We've not found any of the bodies to the victims at all. Even worse off, we can't actually communicate with the individuals that have, or the victims.
Well, what are the circumstances where you've made the 3 arrests? What evidence do you have to be sure that these people are the, well, guilty ones?
So, for the first 2 individuals that we captured, which was interesting enough, we found them inside of a building with one of these individuals that were being dealt with from what we saw. Same format, they were sawing off the victim's head. Caught him in the middle of that by one of the other neighbors calling in a disturbance. Burglary, from what we were called into, and then we found them. They had a noble marking on them, and we kept them in for questioning, though they refused to speak. Problem is, the next time that it happened was with actually the individual that has put you in on this quest. Malcork estate was broken into, and the individual was dealt with. We received their corpse, but sadly was not able to give us much information like the others. So it definitely gives good reason why he's wanting you to look into it. Though at this point we can't find no connection between Malcork or any of the other victims that we assumed that they were after. The only thing that's similar is that mark on each one of them.
Do you still have these prisoners?
For 2 of them, they're still at the Temple of Justice, inside the jail. When it comes to the last one, he was buried at least a week ago.
Now, you said that they wouldn't talk or they couldn't remember. They just
The 2
refused
that
to
were-
give you?
The 2 that we captured refused to speak a single word. The one that we gathered, when we cast a spell to speak with his soul or his ghost, he was very vague on his answers, and they didn't really lead to anywhere.
Nothing worth divulging?
For the main questions that we asked him is, does he know, or what associates does he have connected to these crimes? Which he mentioned of no associates. When it came to the next question, it was pretty much where was he planning on taking the body? From what we heard, the sewers, though nothing was found there. For what investigation we did do there, we're very short-handed at the moment, so we can't actually do a very full search. And the last thing that we were able to ask him was,
Your favorite color?
Your favorite color?
yes. it comes to the question of why he was intending to assault individual, which we did find out with one of the other questions of who was intending to assault, which was Lord Malcork. The reason he gave of attacking, or at least attempting this murder, was because Malcork crossed him, or something in that sense. Though, from what Malcork remembers, he has never dealt with this individual before. And that was under a zone of truth that we got that from.
Oh,
So we know that there is no connections to them thus far. Though for some reason this individual believes that Malcork crossed him in some way.
Well, out of curiosity, there was this one individual who you received dead from the Malcork estate. And was this in what race was this individual?
This individual was a human.
And-
One of the others was an elf, as well as So the first two was a human and an elf, and the most recent one was a human.
And did you see any way how one human was planning to kill a giant folk ex-adventurer on his own?
From what we saw, he was planning to most likely slit the throat of the individual. From what we found on his body was a dagger, and that was it. We definitely do question why. We would say insanity, but the problem is this has happened too often to just leave it as a grudge. So we documented it as connected with the rest.
This may be a bit of a leap, but the bruise, did it look like an injury wound?
From what we can saw, it does look like an injury wound, though. As far as we can see, it does not fade at all on the prisoners that we have. They've consistently kept it throughout the 2 weeks they've been jailed or imprisoned.
is there any lingering magic with it?
From what our scribes can show us, no, not at all.
Perhaps it might be parasitic in nature.
Possible.
It is possible. Too bad we don't really have any experts on the case or the matter when it comes to solving things like that.
Well,
Sadly,
you've been helpful.
Yes.
We were planning to go to the Temple of Justice ourselves. Would it be possible for you to write us some sort of missive, possibly to hurry procedures along so we might be able to speak to someone high up?
At the moment, the temple is a bit in shambles, with the most recent murder being there, as well as the lack of staff. It's a bit chaotic, but I could write you something to at least get you clearance to see the prisoners.
Well, that would be mighty helpful.
Can't really help you, though, when it comes to contacting anybody inside the temple. Any other questions you have for me?
Where might we find a medical healer, doctor, that sort of thing?
Best suggestion I could give you is go to the temple.
Huh.
When it comes to outside help, that's a hard one, honestly. Very few individuals practice alchemy in this town. Even more so, very few practice religious acts. The best thing is to find a wandering monk, like a revenant, or possibly another religious figure, like a Tibetan or like a cheetah shroud. Otherwise, there's no really notable individuals besides the clerics in the temple.
Oh, there was one more thing I was curious about, something I just heard on the street. There was several mentions of someone called that guy. Do you know anything about that guy?
That guy.
Doesn't ring a bell. Honestly, even if it did, a name like that, there could be a dozen people that go by something like that.
First name that, last name guy.
No, it does not ring a bell.
Also, out of curiosity, have you heard any word from Rosewick and the state of it?
No. Honestly, at this point, I don't care. Whatever they have over there, I hope they get done with it fast and bring our troops back. Because we are
Hope so, too.
currently operating off of only 30% of our forces inside this city when it comes to guards.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to ease your burden then. Good day.
Hold on.
Oh.
Now then, if that's everything you have for me, I have a bit of a questions for you. First off, what are your intentions with taking this job? Obviously, you have connections to Malcork and whatever reward he has set out for you, but how do you intend to operate this?
Well, as I said, we're planning to go to the Temple of Justice, possibly interview the two captives that you have that are, well, capable of speaking at the moment. And then I imagine maybe going into the sewers to do a bit of investigation of our own.
Okay, then.
How would the temple feel about interrogation? Did you guys bust some heads to try and get some info out of them?
When it comes to interrogation, that is left up to a Steel Maiden to deal with. They are the most capable individuals when it comes to that. With a mixture of their magic and also training, they specialize at gathering information from criminals.
Good to know.
Now then, if you're going to be going out and doing this job, I would ask you to continue with caution. Last thing we need is you to be committing crimes thinking that you're exacting justice. Is that understood?
Of
Well,
course.
no, honestly, not entirely. What crimes are you thinking that we would commit that maybe we shouldn't?
Breaking and entering, assault, even murder.
Are we welcome in the sewers?
You didn't say theft. You're fine.
Well, he's not assuming you guys are going to be stealing shit, but it's still a crime. When it comes to the sewers, you can go down there, but it's at your own risk. They're not really maintained.
Any chance you know of any old layouts or maps of where they run?
I myself, no. If you look around, possibly.
Okay.
Somebody at the Temple of Justice has old layout maps, something of that sort.
Schematics.
Yeah. But otherwise, no clue, honestly.
So, saying we find somebody in the act of trying to chop off heads, is that?
I would
Are we allowed to handle it?
I would suggest you capture them at that point, and then bring them to the authorities as fast as possible.
Kind of like how Malcourt did it?
That had different things connected to it, since it was an individual assaulting him on his own property.
Fair enough.
Now, if you find yourselves inside of the inn being hunted by an individual like this, you do have the right to eliminating them.
Ourselves.
Yes, but please try to at least leave them intact.
I assure you, we've got no ill intentions for you. Hey, we are here to help.
I don't assume you do, just considering what I saw the other big one do. Don't have much confidence in if you attack somebody, we'll be left with a corpse.
He did our race proud, did he? Okay.
I'll just sort of like shake the manacles on my backpack.
Not all of us are intent to kill.
Okay then. Well, if there's nothing else, go.
I have more business to attend to.
Thanks again, Captain.
No worries. And good luck.
As we leave, I kind of elbow Vin. Are you going to give him the brandy or not?
Oh, hey, no, it's whiskey. J-Breath, you, any interest? Apparently, if it's already opened, it's not as appealing, but, I mean, you're welcome to.
I'm
You've been
currently
such
on
a fine
duty,
help.
but I would appreciate the alcohol.
I'll leave it at his desk.
Okay.
Just sort of ingratiate yourself.
Yes, he will appreciate that. I will note that down.
In case we have to come back and explain why we defended ourselves.
This will get you one free out of jail or out of jail
Yes.
card
For one individual.
for one murder. Only one murder.
Just got to make sure he doesn't find the other ones.
Go off to, wonder what the other couple are doing there. Surely there's-
1,295.
Waiting patiently, not getting into any trouble, right?
Yeah, Rave actually, if we're just going to be waiting for them, he's going to make sure to cast an Unseen Servant as a ritual, and he's just going to say, these guys do great massages, I recommend it highly, and you should keep your muscles limber, so here, we're going to get, keep you loose. And just have an Unseen Servant massage Indrid. Yeah, just to kind of, keep us relaxed and live in some luxury, lean
I'll
back
take a
in the
bougie
shade.
massage. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, just like,
Oh.
I'll pull out that bottle of fancy girly wine that I have and share it with Rave.
Ooh, I like
Elboquist wine.
I bought it with one of the feathers in one of our first sessions.
It's pretty good wine, actually.
I'm a rosé kind of guy.
I mean, this is a great evening. The sun is shining.
We got
Massage.
paid
Yeah.
like 3 times today already.
And I will say, by the way, if you think you have a good opportunity like that again, where it's just like it's gonna be wasted or lost, just take that, save it from being, useless. Just give me a tap or something, or just kind of like give me a wink away, and I'll know that you want to kind of go back in the shroud.
You don't speak thieves' cant, do you?
I do not.
Okay.
Don't want to teach me.
It's not something you can be taught, mate. It's just something you learn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have a code word, I can remember a code word.
We'll think of one, mate.
All right.
But good eye. Let's just keep this between us. The others don't need to know that we got a little side action. And as they come up, what took you so long? We
Oh.
skipped forward.
So sorry, the line was just terrible. But we did get quite a bit of information. There's been 6 murders and 1 attempted murder, actually, on the Lord of Malcork.
Hence his eagerness.
We have a missive to let us speak to the 2 captured. Yes, they did murder their person. So yes, murderers. But they are both being held in the Temple of Justice.
Temple. Okay, well, I don't think Indrid here wants to go to the temple.
Mate, it's not that I don't want to go into the temple. It's that if any of these holier-than-thou Steel Legion ladies see me, they're going to try and put a flail through my skull.
Yeah, that's like.
Have you done something to warrant that, or is it just the look that gives
It's
them
the look, mate. I'm a good gentleman. I'm an unassuming member of society. I'm royalty, mate. I even got a ring.
It's your royalty?
I am.
Of what?
My father's domain.
Is that part of the curse too?
Oh, no. That was before.
I mean, I've heard royalty is a curse.
You have no idea, mate. No idea.
Well, so do we want to hit up the shady shit or the temple shit?
If you guys want to go to the temple, I could just hang out across the street.
I
Be
think
inconspicuous.
the temple seems more on the way,
Alright.
on the way to that guy.
I can keep Indrid some company. We've gotten to teach each other a few things.
Oh, like what?
Oh, like how you can get some great massages from these unseen servants here. They
Massage?
really get the nuts out.
It's
What's
true,
that?
mate.
What's a what?
Massage.
I think it's an elven word, mate.
Well, I mean, so do you have a? Is there anywhere achy?
I slept good last night. Actually, my neck a little bit. I've been doing a lot of this lately, standing in the smaller buildings.
I don't think you can reach your neck unless you got. Oh, you got a backpack on. Yeah. All right. Reynold, climb up the back and just give him a massage. You just probably feel something weird climbing up your back, as then you get eventually the invisible hands doing their thing.
What's that?
Can you roll me an Arcana check real fast?
Oh,
Okay.
sure, Arcana. Let's see. That is not something I'm phenomenal at.
Let's
You're
see how.
massaging a rhino.
let's
Roll
see how
11.
good your- Rolled an
Better than
11.
average.
You know what? You feel something actually. You know, like massaging it. It's not the best.
Tickles a little bit, but it's nice.
Yeah, I know. He's got tiny
I
hands.
can see
You're
why you
very
like
big.
it.
Yeah, you're kind of a big guy. I don't know how to conjure a giant kid unseen servant. That'd be interesting. Never tried that.
That would be.
We'll make that a
Something else.
ritual. We'll make that a 3rd level ritual spell.
Yeah, that's the
there
thing.
you go.
If a giantkin casts an unseen servant, wouldn't it be giantkin sized?
Nah,
Just
it's
though-
an unseen servant says it's a medium creature, not the same size of the caster.
I disagree.
Otherwise, poor halflings.
Poor half.
Yeah, really.
We get a lot of short sticks in 5e.
Yes. So then, while you guys are you continuing to the Temple of Justice, or are you going to investigate the shady individual?
Temple first.
Yeah, we'll let them go to the temple. I'll keep Indrid company outside and just kind of maybe figure out code words.
If we're going to go into the temple, before we do, we'll give Arlo a enhance ability spell
Ooh.
with the what is it? The Eagle's Splendor.
That sounds right.
Can you have the charisma check?
Yeah. So a little bit of fur just kind of dusted across. Should help. Maybe, hopefully, it doesn't come to interrogation and all that, but maybe we could help get some information.
So then, you guys make your way to the Temple of Justice. It takes you guys about 30 minutes to get through the city. Luckily, you know, it's a very calm day. It's about, at this point, almost 1, give or take. So, not that bad. And when it comes to the weather today, it's actually a very nice, cool breeze. Nice fall breeze is actually finally coming in. Hot days are going away, though. That could be signs of, you know, bad things to come in your future. But you guys eventually make your way to the Temple of Justice as you are stopped at the front gate by 2 Bane guards.
Good day.
Hello. We have a missive here from Captain Jadebreath. We are to interrogate the 2 prisoners.
Okay then. Papers, which you were getting. Thank you. I read it over real fast. Okay then. You can all go in. Well, you 3 can go in.
As he points out Rezo, Arlo, and Vindabren.
You 2, you don't own the papers.
No, we figured as much.
Well, that's all right. Yeah, we should. It shouldn't be long, right?
Hopefully not quite as long, if anything.
Hopefully, no more than an hour. You know what I mean?
Follow me.
Yeah.
I'll take you to the prisoners.
At this point, he will just lead you guys along. And actually, at this point, instead of going through the front door of the temple, he actually brings you along the back to the more, it's more of a smaller building in the back, actually. And as you're brought into there, it's pretty much a small little shed that goes down into pretty much a basement that is pretty much an assortment of dungeons. this point, as he pretty much leads you to the 2 cells of these individuals. One you can see as a female human that has brown hair along with greenish eyes, and a wood elf with brown hair and yellowish eyes. Male wood elf. And as your eyes, no, there's actually pretty good lighting in here. So as you guys begin to look them over, you will notice the bruising, which I suggest. This is a bit, bad looking. Does anybody not want to see it?
Oh, you're going to give us an
Fine.
image, is what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Good.
Okay. Loop.
Oh, on the front.
Yeah, I thought it was on the back.
I may have described it wrong. Or
But
pretty much-
it's meant to be on the front.
Yeah, it's meant to be on the front. Yeah.
Okay.
I might have explained it wrong. Yeah, I think I said base of the neck. That's right. Not
Mhm.
right.
Does it look like they're missing any bones in their neckle region?
As you look them over, it doesn't look like they're missing any bones, but it does seem to be a large amount of bruising around that area. And
Yes,
this is the
back
same for
on-
both of them, which it's definitely noticeable as you look at it.
As we walk up, is there breathing? Can you hear it? Is it
Uh,
wheezing? Is it rattling? Does it seem normal, basically?
At first, you don't really notice it, but after you're listening into it, it does have a slight wheeze to it. But nothing real noticeable, though. It's very
Not
light.
labored.
Yeah.
How do their eyes look? Are they glazed over, unfocused?
I'll say you'll know this just because of your background and everything, and you're used to pretty much the manipulation of animals because of your tribe. You do notice a slight similar glazing to their eyes. Very glassy, like look in them.
Interesting.
People. These people are just cattle.
No, that's an elf.
No. I mean, they're tools for someone else, something.
Are they wearing anything?
They're pretty
Thinking
much
What else specifically? Does he have anything similar to the Wood Elves we met not long
no.
ago?
So their clothes, whatever they came in, were transferred out, and they were given very basic garbs, pretty much. Garbs for the sake of modesty, but nothing really to make sure they're
Potato
not
sack.
concealing anything. Yeah, pretty much.
Harlow will try walking up to the wood elf. Hello.
His gaze just slowly turns down to you. So he just looks you in the eyes.
I was wondering. I don't suppose anyone's tried to make any sort of deal with you for offering information on what happened to maybe reduce your sentence or anything?
Shakes his head no.
Harlow will reach inside his bag and get out some rations, tear off some bread, and reach out through the bar to offer it to him.
He will not take it.
Oh, all right, still good. Well, me and my friends here are very interested in, well, to be honest, stopping the murdering of, well, people in this city. With winter coming, as many hands as possible are going to be needed for everyone to survive. I don't suppose you have any information on what or where something like this might be happening in the future.
As you begin to mention this, he actually turns around in his cell and faces away from you. Would you like to try with him?
Kill him.
Go on. I would like to use chill and touch on him.
Kill one. So the other one talks.
Yes.
Specifically, we're told not to murder people.
Murder in the Temple of Justice.
Listen,
You know, somebody got away with it like a week ago, so you know.
who's gonna judge you? God? His sins outnumber yours.
Does it appear like the wounds could have destroyed their vocal cords, or maybe they're missing their tongues or anything like that? The bruise.
The bruise itself, you're not 100% sure. You don't have a very close look at it, along with like you haven't really felt around the area itself, so you don't know if anything's exactly missing, or you can tell like the tenderness of it. But from the bruising itself, you would probably assume maybe some damage of the vocal cords, if not, damage of the esophagus itself.
Mhm.
Either way, you would assume both talking, breathing, and eating something would be extremely painful for them.
Well, boys, we are sort of 3 of the main magic users of our group. I don't think I have anything that can really be useful here. Do either of you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it could go see if there's something. Is there something missing?
What
You
do you
can't
mean?
talk at all. I don't know. I want to see if is he just being a dick, or is he actually unable to speak back to us?
With all the time that he's spent here, I think over a week now, if the Steel Maidens haven't gotten him to say anything, either of them, I'm inclined to think that they can't.
Well, shame.
I mean, I could try and do something painful to see if they scream.
Or try maybe curing them.
I can't do that. I'm a sorcerer.
I could try that. I mean, does he look like it? I could. Well, here, let's try this. Because why not? Just reach in and wave a hand and cast the Lesser Restoration.
They will have no effect.
You could. Here's a weird idea. You know how you can talk to bunnies?
Sometimes.
Try it on them.
Well, that's not a today thing.
Oh.
Oh,
You just made it so Rezo could, or so Wobbles could talk to us. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
Is Wobbles in here? Or he left, right?
yeah, could you bring him?
I might be able to call him. Yeah.
You like to try calling Wobbles?
Yeah. I'll sit
Give him a
down,
buzz.
give him a ring.
Okay. then.
Presume they gave him some healing too, but I'd reach out and see if I can
Wobbles
focus some healing too.
will poof out at this point. Hey, what's up? Oh, fuck. Oh wait, you're not in the cells this time. Congratulations.
We're on the other side.
For a second there, I thought you all fucked up again. What do you want?
These individuals seem unable to speak. We need information. Any ideas?
Have you tried threatening their lives yet?
That's next on the plan.
Out of character, maybe they just don't speak common.
Not even the
Elven
human.
and human. Yeah. It's possible, but I mean, also, like, it's possible, but
When it comes to anything else, let me think for a second.
Any chance you speak giant?
They seem to shake their heads till they are knowing yes no questions.
They at least
Yeah, they seem
understand
to
it.
understand.
I mean, Mr. Wobbles, do you recognize that sort of bruising pattern around their sternum?
Let me think for a second. No fucking clue, honestly. It looks like they got some weird fucking, disease or something. Maybe they ate something really spicy.
I like some spicy stuff.
You said before that there was like an entry wound, right?
No.
No. Okay.
It's just an extreme amount of bruising. Bruising and swelling, from what you can tell.
Can I get one of them to open their mouth?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Let's have a look now.
Arlo, since you're there, I would give you an advantage. Kind of just
Hey.
considering that,
I tried to give him food.
yeah, that eagle's cunning, I'll just consider for the group at the moment.
I'm gonna.
So
kick
you mean
the,
give you an intimidation check?
You
Because
want to do an intimidation check?
I'm gonna kick the glow globe on. Give
I
some
don't think I
lighting
can.
too.
Uh,
The drift globe. I mean.
yeah, this area is well lit, but if you want to use that, yeah.
Oh well.
Are you using it like a lamp in an interrogation room?
If it comes to it, we'll do the daylight.
Oh, jeez.
12.
And who are you doing this on?
The human.
Okay, what are you saying?
Open your mouth. I need to see.
And if they're close enough, I'll grab them and pull them closer.
Okay then. That is a failure on their willpower check. So they will actually come closer and open their mouth to you.
Does it look like bruising on the inside of their throats or anything like that?
So the entirety of the back of their mouth is a pretty much bright red for the most part, and extremely inflamed. You would assume some sort of infection or something like that, possibly. How bad it is?
Is the tongue intact?
The tongue is intact.
I swear they got
from-
like a
From what
worm
you
in
can
their gut.
From what you can tell, they would be able to speak. How
Okay.
clearly or how painful that is, though, no clue. You assume very painful at the
Man,
very
you-
least.
It's not even a disease because you couldn't get rid of it.
Ben did do a cure wounds on one of them. Did that seem to have any effect?
He used lesser restoration and cure wounds. The cure wounds did nothing, nor did it lesser restoration.
Well, shit.
Is there anything we can offer to get some speech or some talk out of you?
The elf is still turned away at this point. Rezo kind of like grabbed onto the shoulders through the bars of the human woman. So you have her at pretty much arm reach at this point if you want to try anything. The other one's pretty much at the back of his cell looking at the wall, away from you guys.
Yeah. All right, Arlo's gonna. This is. Would Arlo do this? He wouldn't do this. Never mind.
Can I fit my arm through their gates?
You could. It takes you a second to like go like and then like
All right, so I'll just kind of reach in there and just smack them real quick. Time to talk.
okay,
Enough play.
Would you like to do intimidation or would you like to make an attack roll?
My intimidation would not go well. That's my -2, so we'll.
And you wanted
about
to play
this?
bad cop.
How about
Sounded
this?
fun.
Rezo, you can roll another intimidation check at this point with a +5 on top of
'Cause of
the
Vin?
advantage. Yeah.
All right.
As like Vin just smacks this woman upside the head.
21.
Okay then.
26.
As you do this, you pretty much like shake her like, what are you hiding? But pretty much at a moment you hear a very quiet and raspy voice come out of this woman.
Does her mouth move when the voice comes out?
It does.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Did you kill those people?
Yes.
I will take my fingers, put them in the mouth, and then start a firebolt spell. Not use it. Just start it intimidationally.
I hope you know, like, she can't really see what you're doing. You just have, like, your, like, claw-like hands in her mouth at this point.
I'll like pinch the tongue as well, I guess. Just
It's gonna make her super easy to understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Already super faint and raspy. Now has Rezo hands inside of her mouth.
Yep.
So then, what are you doing with this horrible torture?
Look over to the other two.
At this point, Arlo will come up. Easy there, Rezo. Now, miss, you really don't want to get him excited. Perhaps you'd best to tell us everything you know about why were you there that night with this gentleman? Who put you up to this?
Those who don't talk don't need tongues.
That was a good one, Riz.
Thank you.
So,
Vinny's
As-
fine with this.
as pretty much you begin to hear her raspy voice begin to pick up, Rezo, you feel something.
Oh God, the worm is
As-
coming out of her throat.
As you actually feel a liquid coming up from her throat at this point.
Hand out of mouth.
As you pretty much have blood all on your hand at this point. As she just begins to just start coughing up blood.
Arlo's gonna start yelling for guard.
The guard is actually right there, and like he's fucking panicking.
Oh
at
shit,
this
Gar was there the whole
point.
time.
Yeah, the guard was like right there the whole time, like
He
watching
didn't tell us that.
just right there. He doesn't fucking care. You guys were given the okay to talk to the prisoners.
Yeah, fair
you
enough.
assume you guys got the okay, to do shit. It's like he's fucking like moving the keys and like opening up the cell at this point, and like the woman's just like collapsed
Hands
on
are
the
up, like,
ground.
I didn't do
At
it.
this, Arlo's put her on her side, recovered position, trying to like elevate her to make the blood flow out of her mouth, not back into her lungs.
Uh-huh. At this point,
Oh, is she like?
you try healing her, but you sadly can't heal corpses.
Oh,
As
That's
she
what-
is
I mean,
pretty
yet.
much not yet, no.
Hey, level 5.
Hey,
Oh,
Druids, Druids did get Revivify now, so you could.
oh, we didn't. We had to talk about the diamonds thing later.
Yeah. But yeah, at this point there's just a exorbitant amount of blood just coming out of her throat. Out of her mouth, just spilling onto the floor at this point. Rezo, you don't know if you punctured her punctured her or not.
But I didn't think I did.
Well, if that was the case, then can we do the charm person on the wood elf?
Okay then.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, multiple disadvantage things.
Yeah. It's
I don't know that.
You already have advantage, and yeah, it doesn't help you at this point. That's like me giving you like a +10 plus advantage at this point. You already have you had a +5 on the chick. She sadly
No.
died.
No, not on the chick. I'm on the wood elf.
I know. I'm just
I-
saying,
I
like
can't say-
with
I know
the
that.
charm person, it's not gonna help you. Sadly.
Elves-
Fair enough. Can't be
Also,
charmed.
yeah, elves are resistant to it.
Resistant,
Res-
plus
yeah.
they're pretty hostile, which is also another source of disadvantage.
Oh yeah. You can't get triple disadvantage, man. Shit.
Charm person can't really help you. It's only giving.
Yeah,
I guess they
well-
can't.
Charm may have helped initially.
Well, the captain said we immediately went in and did what the captain told us not to do.
I'm
Son
immediately
of a bitch.
to start like the ritual for detect magic
Okay then.
and start looking
Uh,
over the body.
Okay then. So I'll allow you to cast charm person. I'll tell you at this point, it does not work because he rolled a 14, and I'm assuming he at least has a +1. I'll need to double check his sheet, but actually +2. Nice. So it does not work on him at this point, and he's just still facing the wall at this point. Rezo, what are you doing as you cast detect magic? At this point, it is active. You don't notice anything magical on her nor on him.
I'm going to start like checking over, like open the mouth, see if maybe the flesh was stopping you from being able to see, because I know like sometimes magic can be stopped by things. And
At this point, like you open up the mouth, there's still a lot of blood coming out of it, though. It's definitely slowed down from earlier. You're looking around, and nothing seems like it was punctured when it comes to the throat or the mouth, where you can actually see at this point.
I'll put my hand on the stomach, see if I can feel anything moving in there.
Nothing inside the stomach that you can feel.
Somehow she died. But
Looking
it wasn't
around like-
magical.
That's that doesn't seem like she just died. She was.
It seems like something killed her.
Hey.
Huh?
What about the wood elf? Is he,
Oh, the wood
what's
elf
going on over here? What's
the-
happening to your friendly?
The wood elf is just facing the wall, away from you guys,
You're gonna end up like your friend.
just ignoring you. But all of you, at this point, the guard is
Shame.
currently checking her over and is like,
The fuck was that?
I have no fucking clue. Fuck. You all stay put. Do not fucking move. Do not mess with other prisoners. Don't. Just stay fucking put. I've gotta get fucking others for this.
as pretty much the guard like stands up at this point and kind of like walks away, or walking away with a pretty decent pace.
Rez, do we need to get the fuck out of here? Did you just kill her?
Not on purpose.
I would guess that talking or even the intent to talk was what killed her. And as Arlo says the next thing, he'll be looking at the elf. I would imagine maybe that one has seen something similar to this before. Do I see him flinch? Do I see anything?
Roll an insight check.
Yeah! Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be... I don't use computer dice for this rigged game. All right, insight. There it is. That's a 14.
14. Let's see. Nah, nothing.
Okay.
He's looking at the wall. He didn't flinch at all. He might have a smirk on his face, or like, like his eyes looking back and forth, but you can't tell.
The guard's not. I'm gonna pull out the wand of secrets and just give it a little wave. See if there's anything secret that the wand might.
So the wand of secrets reveals any trap or any traps or secret
Secret
doors. I will say it will reveal a secret doorway, but not in any of the cells. This would be further down the hallway itself in the dungeon.
I mean, we may have some time.
I'm gonna wander over to it and see if I can't get it open.
Yeah, at this point. Now, it says it reveals it, but I'm guessing it doesn't give you an idea of how to open it, correct?
While holding, you can use an action to expend one of its charges, and if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points to the nearest one.
Yeah.
So you do know there's something there.
Investigation.
Ooh.
20.
I was gonna say too
Yeah.
late.
You're looking around at this point, and eventually you find one of the stones can be pressed in.
I've seen this before. I'm gonna scooch up to the side of the wall.
Look over at the other two and just sort of.
Arlo's going to be waiting at the door to intercept anyone who comes in, possibly at an inopportune moment, while also keeping an eye on the prisoner.
Okay, that's. So as you press the pretty much stone on the wall at this point, as pretty much it goes inwards and then back out, being notable, kind of like the one Arlo was messing with earlier inside the thing. Though at this point, instead of it being a small compartment, the actual wall kind of clicks off the wall a bit and can be opened now.
I will sneak inside.
As you move inside, it's extremely dark in this area as there's no torch lighting it or anything.
Here's the drift globe. I mean, I don't know if you can see or not, but I have it
I have
still
dark
on.
vision.
He has dark vision. It's still very difficult to see for the most part. Dim light still. As you move inside this small little pathway, you're looking back and forth. It's not actually built properly, kind of like all the rest of the stone inside this building at this point. Though I'm going to need a perception check from you real fast.
Okay. I'm great at those.
Yeah, you are.
Neither of our rogues took perception.
13.
No.
No. Honestly, I don't think anybody has perception.
I mean, I have a jack for it. I think. Maybe hold on.
Does that really count?
I've
though?
got high
I do.
wisdom.
I do.
so-
I do. I am.
Yeah, you get it from Tabaxi.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
but I have a -1 modifier, so
I
I'll
don't
get
need to
expertise
be
eventually.
looking at the room.
Do I have the best perception at +4
Yes.
yes.
with my natural wisdom?
Yes.
Unless Uther has it proficient.
That's
Don't
awesome.
know.
I don't think Uther has it either, honestly.
I'll
But,
get it with my rogue stuff.
At this point, I will say the only thing that you notice is there is a somewhat foul and decay smell coming from further down the pathway.
Decay or like sewer decay?
A mix of both, actually.
Is there any other way to get in there except for this entrance?
That's all you can see at the moment.
Nothing more.
Nothing more, I really.
I don't much want to go down into the into this. I mean, this is an entrance to possibly the sewers, but
Arlo's gonna
Oh, go ahead.
Arlo's gonna walk over, and with his 120 feet of perfect dark vision, he's gonna look down and see what he sees.
For how this pathway works, as it curves down a bit of ways, though,
Sure.
if you, I'm assuming you move down a bit of ways just so you can get the best.
We'll
line
go
of
around
sight.
like the first corner or so.
Okay, going around the first corner and going down a little bit as it kind of descends a bit, you look further down with your clear dark sight. You pretty much can see what looks to be a very dimly lit room of sorts with what looks to be a assortment of decaying bodies as well as skeletons on the ground.
Are they missing their heads?
I was gonna
No.
say to that.
They are not missing their heads. They are completely intact bodies.
Do they appear to be like in chains, or are they just like lying akimbo?
They're lying.
All right. Do I see any entrances or exits to this chamber other than the one I have come in?
I will say, just from everything, there is a slight breeze moving through it, especially with this doorway open, so you can tell that there is definitely another pathway inside of the room, though you cannot see it at the moment.
Arlo's gonna start coming back. All right, there's stuff we need to talk about down there, but for now, close the door before anyone comes back.
Before that, does Wobbles have dark vision?
Dark Wobbles have a lot of things, but yes.
I'm going to ask Wobbles to go find the exit to that place so that maybe we can find the back way in before we close the door.
Like, the eagle, turns his head at you. You want me to go in the fucking sewers?
Just find the way out.
Fine.
Thank you.
Fucking prick.
Thanks, Wobbles.
Because he just, goes, and you want, out of spite, he's walking.
Waddling.
As an eagle.
Yeah, he's
The
just
bird
walking.
strut, yeah.
We'll see him in about 12 hours. Okay. But then, yeah, we'll close the door. But
Okay.
that way, maybe we can find another way in.
With that, around a minute later, the guards show up, and about 5 of them, along with what you would assume is a acolyte of one of the Iron Maidens. Definitely a lesser cleric, not a fancy suit of armor, though has a noticeable holy symbol of Carvalia around her neck. At this point, they're checking over the body. Are you sticking
Some
around?
man right here.
Are you sticking around at this point, or are you leaving?
You're told to wait.
Yeah, well, if we're free to go, there's nothing more to learn here, as far as I know.
They're checking over the body at the moment.
Any clue what happened?
The woman looking over it.
It's not right.
From what I can see, it just seems like potentially what damage she already had of her throat got worse somehow. But I don't know, honestly.
As she's kind of feeling around the area, as you notice, see her push down in the throat. It's very soft, it's just kind of presses in easily. And what parts of the bone you can see right here also kind of almost act like cartilage as they push down softly on where this pretty much clavicles are and everything like that. It's very unnerving to watch. You know? And with that, the acolyte presumes her as dead. And the guards haul her corpse away.
We'll definitely tell the acolyte if they're going to do maybe more in-depth medical on her later.
We'll be checking over the corpse to be sure how she died.
She seemed to have died when she went to answer a question. It almost seemed too perfect of timing.
Last we checked, they didn't have any curses on them, but we'll recheck just in case somebody did something. Thank you for informing me of this.
You know something about that, Elfie? Just shake your head, yes or no.
He just flips you off.
No, he's just standing there looking at the wall, not acknowledging your existence at all.
What the shop?
Well, either way, we were sent by Captain Jade Breath. We were planning to head into the sewers to possibly do a little more in-depth investigation, since that seems to be, well, one of the final connecting threads between all of this unpleasantness.
Oh, okay then. I don't know much of the sewers, but I wish you luck. If you are going down there, though, from what I heard, it's kind of a place where, you know, smugglers and, you know, those types of people go, so watch yourself.
Any chance you know of records of how the sewers work? Which way they go? Maps? So as we don't get lost.
She has no clue. No.
And if we were to spend some time asking them about what they knew, because you said that there was a murder at the temple, correct?
There was a murder at the temple. From what they know, a injured steel maiden was killed in her sleep. Poisoned.
Oh, it wasn't a lost head or anything, no?
No, it was poison.
Unrelated?
Definitely not related. Different, you know, method of killing and everything like that.
Did they try to speak with her after the fact?
They would have. It's just they got no information, of course.
Too bad. All right, well, go meet up with the others. I'm sure they're up to
so much.
No good.
With that, Rave and Indrid, you see the group returning to you, a bit paler than they were before they left.
I'll be right back.
You took so long.
Well, that tends to happen when someone just spontaneously dies when you're questioning them.
What did
Murdered
you do?
someone without me.
Did not murder them. They just died.
That's what I tell the gods too, mate.
Well, to be honest, they didn't look in the best condition to begin with. And Arlo will minor illusion, just like an image of like the bust of the female human, just showing the bruising and all that stuff.
You choked her?
No, we found her that way.
And the bruising, is that a symbol of like a seal or sign, or is it indicative of damage?
It's indicative of damage. It doesn't actually look
So
to
she
be any
just
mark.
got the shit beat out of her, essentially.
You'd assume something like that, at the very least. Let me think.
Well, that's
Indrid,
good.
What would you know?
Not much.
Yeah, not much, honestly.
No, that's good though. That means that we're dealing with normal things that have to hit things.
Less magical.
Yeah.
Well, Rezo did cast Detect Magic and didn't sense anything. Although Rezo also used the Wand of Secrets, and we found a secret passageway down into what looked and definitely smelt like the sewers, and there was a rather sizable collection of corpses at the bottom of the stairwell.
Oh, so you found a lead that way. Okay, good. So it wasn't a waste. All right, how do we get there?
We'll find out in 11 hours, probably.
11. Oh my God.
That's too long, mate. I got
Why?
stuff to
Who's
do.
walking?
Who's walking?
Wobbles is walking.
Why is Wobbles walking?
What if
He's-
we just investigated the tunnel?
Actually, I'll think to Wobbles and say, any luck yet?
So, if I'm correct with that new ability, you can still communicate with him
1
up to
mile.
1 mile? Yes. So, He will answer back to you. You know, just moving on along. Nothing much here. Big ass dump pile, but that's besides it.
You know, the sooner you find an exit, the sooner you can go back to doing whatever it is you were doing.
You're right. That is very good point. But I like taking my time. And I feel like you would like if I take my time.
If it means you might notice something, yes.
Ah, maybe. Who knows?
We'll get to us eventually.
But yeah.
Okay. Well then, if there's nothing we can do until the Wobbles is ready, I guess we'll head over to the Shady Dealer then.
And apparently, well, the acolyte told us that the sewers are actually quite filled with smugglers and such. It's possible that this shady person might be able to get us some information on the sewers and possibly whatever is orchestrating these murders.
Possibly.
Alright, give it a try, I suppose. Maybe he has a way down.
Okay then.
Knows some of that that thieves' cat you said, right?
Yeah, that's right, man.
Alright, so there's probably some thieves' cat down there then.
Maybe.
You all are making your way to that guy.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Shady Shin.
So then, begin making your way through the city at this point. It's around almost 3-ish. It's been a long day. It's been an odd day for the most part. Though, you eventually make your way to this portion of the city that you were originally told that to look for this individual. Nothing really catches your eye. Just a bunch of people walking around. This seems to be just a small little market area for the most part. Though, for whoever wishes, roll me a perception check.
18.
There we go, that's what I expect.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot to roll my dice.
You're all a 19.
Yeah.
It's just out of pure habit.
Anybody
It's
else
the
rolling?
lucky one.
Or is that it?
I got a 0 in that stuff. I'm not. I
Okay,
don't
then.
pay attention.
So at this point, Vin and Indrid, as you're pretty much looking around for anything that Vin you would assume is shady, and Indrid potential contacts. You do notice something very weird as you see an individual walk through a wall in an alleyway as you're walking past it.
Interested?
I'm going to follow him.
To Hogwarts.
Me too. I'm not gonna duck. I'm just gonna follow.
Hey, where are you going? Where are you always going?
Okay, then.
Watch the lad go through this wall, mate. Gonna follow him.
Huh.
You heard me.
The wall's an illusion?
Oh, I don't know. Could be
Maybe.
a gateway.
So then, what's the marching order?
I'm
going
gonna
in
watch
the
them
hole
to see
first?
they don't walk into a wall with their face flattened. Like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna intentionally smash my face off of it, but I'm at least gonna try and follow through
Okay.
I'm going first.
with a hand up.
Indrid, as you begin to walk through the wall, and as you go through the wall, what you notice is this long hallway, a very nice wooden hallway, with a very nice carpet on it, of a rich purple color that continues down. And at the end of it, you can see what looks to be a red door with a golden door handle, or doorknob on it.
I'm gonna poke my head back and like, right. It's lovely in here. Come on in.
As you turn around, though, there's no door nor opening behind you.
Ah, shit. Should have seen that one coming.
Just imagine, turn around, ah, shit!
Hey, guys!
Honk my horn off of like a mantle. Like, God damn you.
Alright, well, Finny, you're next.
Off we go.
Yeah, I'll follow behind Vinny. Here we go. Arlo, come on.
All right, and you walk on through.
Heaven. As each one of you go through this doorway, each one of you end up through a similar hallway by yourselves.
Oh,
Hello. Vinny. You're really good at hiding. Are you a spider?
So it's just a hallway
Yourself inside
with the
this
same
hallway.
door at the end with the gold handle, you said?
Yes, it's the same hallway as Indrid has seen. So you are all by yourself in this hallway.
Hmm.
Oh, this doesn't seem right.
Is it just,
Straight hallway. It's about 30
well,
feet
I mean,
long.
like behind us, just like block wall?
Behind you, it's just very nice wall.
Let's see.
It's very similar to the walls in the hallway itself, made
Awesome.
of very fine wood. Something like cherry, honestly.
All right, I'll just walk to the other wall and check for traps because that's what I do.
Just roll your investigation check.
I've never done that before. What do I do?
Investigation.
Roll an investigation check.
Investigation.
Uh-huh.
7. Damn it! I forgot the dice again. Stop. All right, I'm just gonna put it right in front of me for next time.
You're still gonna forget about it.
Probably.
7. Who else is approaching this door at this point? It's assuming, Vin, you just step into it.
It looks fine with a 7, I presume. Yeah.
Yeah. Rave's just going to default and burn a spell slot just for an unseen servant. And he's going to have the unseen servant walk in front of him, and he's going to instruct him to do things like knock on the door for me if he needs to, or open the door for me.
Okay, then. So, as you reach out and try to grasp the weave itself and mold it to your will, can't seem to grab onto it.
Oh,
You
this
do
is
not expend
shit.
your spell slot.
I do or don't, you said.
You do not expend
okay.
your spell slot.
Oh, okay, this
Harlow
is
would have
fine.
tried something similar with just Mage Hand to try and test the door in front of him.
I would have tried detect magic, so I could have seen anything in the room.
I'm the only one that went straight for the door here.
Everybody else
Yeah,
is
I was
using-
just about to say, yeah, I opened the door. Like, what else am I gonna fucking do?
So,
I'm gonna draw
Indrid-
my sword.
I at least checked for traps.
I'm gonna draw my sword and try to handle.
as both Vin and Indrid at this point, as you guys open up the door to this room, as you two enter inside of this very nice office with a assortment of doors surrounding it. As Indrid and Vin, you see each other on the opposite sides of the room at this point, with a individual sitting at a desk, kind of just with his legs kicked up on it, just looking around.
Does he look shady as fuck?
This individual looks actually very interesting, as he's kind of wearing a very nice suit with a trench coat over it at the moment.
Has he seen me?
He has, from what it looks like, he's looked over at Indrid, he's looked over at you, but he's like,
Okay.
"Meh."
That's a neat trick, mate.
Yeah, how do I get one of those?
You just do a lot of business for a long time. You know, just do it.
Does
It
he
works
look
out
like
eventually.
shady as fuck?
For the most part, actually, he looks, besides wearing a mask, you know, he looks more
That's
like
wearing a mask, yeah.
he looks more like a character in theater, honestly, than, you know, some sort of, you know, shady
Interesting.
dealer on the side of the road. And I'm assuming at
And-
this point the rest of you open up the door.
Rave's gonna
Yeah.
knock first and go like, hello?
Yeah, can you
Weird.
please just hurry up in here? I don't have all day.
Oh, hey, what was going on?
Thank you.
Took you guys so long.
Could you cast magic? I can't cast magic right now. There's something in front of me.
Either. No.
Now, welcome! Lovely to meet you all. I've heard you've been talking about me.
We have.
Not very common people do that, especially that name. Very odd. What can I
That
do
guy?
you for? That guy, Many Man, Mr. Face, Mr. Miss. Many
Mr.
different
Face.
names.
That's much cooler. You should spread that name instead.
I have many names.
Mr. Face.
What can I do you for?
Well,
Are we an hour out from the Cat's Grace? Or the Splendor, whatever that was?
I would say it would be pretty much done at this point. And plus, with how this place works, it wouldn't work anyways.
Ah, yeah, true.
Yeah, is my mage armor gone?
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Sorry.
Can I hear wobbles?
Cannot hear Wobbles, even if you try to communicate with him. So then, it's nice to meet you all. Lovely group of individuals.
This is a
Like
scary
yourselves.
room.
Why would you say that? It's a lovely room. I took very long to decorate it. You see that very nice carpet hanging on the wall right over there? I don't remember where I got it, but it's still a really nice carpet, isn't it?
No,
What are
that's
you
a very
doing?
nice carpet.
What are you doing with carpet on the walls, though? Isn't it supposed to go on the floor so you can walk on it?
Ah, it's
Well,
called
you
a
see, it's-
tapestry.
Yeah, and it's very nice design now. Just look at it,
It is pretty.
as it's literally just a green carpet. No details on it. It's just
I mean,
Right.
it's really hard to get that shade of green.
So what's with the mask?
I don't
You
know.
got lots of them. Can I have one?
I don't know. Like, as he takes off the mask, because there's another mask and another mask, and it's like, they're just things. They're here. They're always here. They're everywhere. But that's besides the point.
All
What do you
right,
want?
This guy's a riddle master. We're
enough of this.
yeah,
Enough.
we're talking
I
in
don't-
circles here again.
I don't like this. What are we doing here?
What, you want a mask as well?
Oh, we
As-
were here to try and see if we could trade off some, get some cool items. I guess your name was referred to us from a friend. Yeah,
Ah, yes. Indeed.
you know or you remember Edith?
Indeed. Elith. One of the more shadier traders inside the town, but still official nonetheless.
She seemed nice.
Yeah, our friend Rave here is a little keen on her.
Oh, she seemed like a nice girl.
Don't they all seem nice?
I mean, you
Until
seem
see
nice.
until you see the skeletons in the closet. But that's besides the point. I'm not here to, sell dirt on people, though. Whatever you guys originally were looking for might have changed, time going by. Things always change. So what can I do you for? From what I first heard, you're doing items, but now you've picked up an investigation. That's interesting.
No, right, mate. This lad gives me a strange and mysterious vibe, and I do not like him.
But
I
you
don't
give off a
think-
strange, mysterious vibe.
Indrid, please.
You see?
Just leave it be.
You took the effort to
Leave it
learn
be.
your name.
He's not supposed to know my name, mate. I just got here.
Well, you've passed it around quite a bit.
Don't worry. I have ears in many places. Figuratively and literally.
I think you'd be a great business partner. I think we should have a lot of good long conversations.
So
I
let's
don't-
start with the reason why we came here to begin with was maybe to trade some items. We hear you had some
Yes.
cool stuff. Yeah.
Things. I trade in things, you see. I also trade in, information, people, as well as favors. But the question is not what I can give you. It's what you can give me.
What are you looking for? A good story like the last bloke?
Here's the thing. It's not for me to decide what you want to give me. It's what you believe is worth giving up. As he kind of leans back in his chair as he looks at Indrid. Isn't that right? Now then.
Yeah, Indrid is just gonna be quiet. Like,
So
I've
then,
had business with him before.
yeah.
what can I do you for?
I've had business with this type before, man. You better be careful of the deals you guys make.
Well, I mean, I'm all for doing
I'm
a
only,
fair trade.
I'm only willing to take as what you're willing to give up.
Well, now you see.
Well, I got this fishing pole here. I've grown fond of it, but I'm willing to give it up.
I see. So, then, Vin, you want to give me a fishing pole, but what do you want for it?
I suppose we The secondary reason we came here is we were looking into, and it seems like you already know, but we were looking into the murders that have been happening recently.
Yes. We've been asking around, which is interesting. Now, it would be fun to just give you the information you're looking for a simple fishing pole, but I think we should do something else. How about it? So,
You seem like the gaming type.
come in closer, all of you. Just huddle up a bit. What are you all standing here for? Come on, let's do this.
Yeah, I'll come
Come
in.
on, Indrid, join the huddle.
Nope.
Indrid, come on.
No.
I mean,
It's
if
a
there's nowhere else
family.
to go. Right?
Staying raw here, mate.
You're a kill. You're a joy kill. Okay then. So, you see, there's a bit of things going on in this city, and a bit of people, messing around and having fun. And I've been watching them for a while, and they've been entertaining. But you blokes have been doing quite a bit. So how about this? I'll give you a bit of information, but there's a little something in return.
Log.
Well, let's not go into explanations first. The question is, do you want the information? And then I'll tell you what you gotta pay for it.
Wait.
That's about the exact opposite of what you started saying at the beginning.
Why are you keeping track of the conversation? Aren't you here? Aren't you the ones that came to me for things? Aren't I giving it to you? Or at least,
Well, you're teasing us.
have to make it seem interesting. Have to have a bit of fun. So what is it? Do you want to take my little deal? Or we could possibly, just leave it here as a boring conversation and as us meeting each other. What is it?
Well, I mean, I'm still all for making deals with any opportunity here. I have you all good, everyone?
I'm willing to hear him out at least.
I'm not
Yeah,
agreeing
sure.
to anything just yet.
I'm not quite keen on these riddles. I mean, tell me what you want and we can work with it.
I feel like that's enough yeses to make it. So then, I will give you information, but I'm going to have one of my children start following you from now on, if you don't mind. They won't be doing anything for you, it's just they will be keeping an eye out for my entertainment. And if you wish to see me again, all you got to do is call out their name and they'll be certain to arrange a meeting with us.
Can we meet the
If you so
child?
choose. No, that's no fun. I want to leave it as a surprise for now. They'll just be following you and seeing what you do.
Okay.
That's creepy. You know that, right? Real creepy.
Can we have a little bit of privacy at times? Just like some kind of restrictions. There's some personal business that people might do, not necessarily want to share on that.
No.
Ooh, that's a little.
Here's the thing. You're getting information, and in return, you're paying with information. Information's about yourselves to me, and only that information can be given out by me. But that's very few people, but that's neither here nor there. At least I'm being honest with you, but if you're not willing to pay for something that you could definitely use, but what does that matter?
You're asking us to pay by letting you just be all creepy staring at us all the time?
Kind of, yes. That's a way of putting it.
Now you see, we only need
Now,
a tiny
there's
piece.
other things I could do that we can make agreements with back and forth, but I feel like those things are a little bit out of question at the moment.
For how long are we talking then? For this eavesdropping bit?
Until I get bored of you.
Yeah, fuck all that. Give me a time frame or I'm gone.
Considering the fact that you're only giving us finite information and you want unlimited almost from us,
Who
that
said
doesn't
I
seem
was just
fair.
giving you this information?
Well, it sounded like
Did you not listen to what I said to you? I'm going to have one of my children follow you. And whenever you need to speak to me again, just
Oh, there
seek
it
them
goes.
out.
The creepiness. It's just keeps popping up.
And then a meeting will be arranged and we could speak again like this, and I'll be more inclined to let you know things here or there of what I know, which is a bit.
Okay, how about this? I'd be willing for that, but I'd like to keep a tally. So you get information from us while watching us, but then once that has been satisfied for the first payment of information, we keep track of how much you gather. So next time we meet, we have a bit of credit.
Credit by information, huh?
If he earns information from us for, let's say, a week or so, and we only get information for about this much, and we come and call your name to come by, you give us an equivalent amount that you've learned. Doesn't that seem fair?
Rave, you're a businessman, and you are making an interesting proposal at this point, but where's my profit at that point if we're having an equal deal?
There's always profit. Equal is not the same in terms of what you would value the two together. Something to you is more valuable than it is to me.
But I'm giving you something that's valuable for you at the moment, where I'm giving you something valuable that could be answered at any time. Very back and forth, honestly. And plus, what about it? Who says I just can't follow you once you leave this place?
Well, it seems like you can't, otherwise you wouldn't offer the bargain.
Strings are always attached to either way you go. The question is how the puppet moves.
Can we try a trial period?
Once you're off the lot, man.
Trial period.
That is a fun idea, and I like it, but there has to be something in return for something like that.
But do we all need to agree?
Not interest, but collateral. That's a fun word. I like that word, collateral. The question is, what is going to be the collateral? I know. As he looks over at Rave. My collateral, or your collateral for this trial run, is your face.
Like as in, I can't talk with it?
As he takes off his mask, as you can see a mimic form of your face. I like collecting things. And you have a fascinating face. As he puts the mask back on.
While this is happening, I'm just going to be drinking in the corner like, yeah, right, mate. You guys are making right proper deals there. He's not spooky at all. You go and measure your face there, mate.
Oh, no, you're right. I've been saying this all along. He's spooky as hell.
Well,
So then,
now, you see, at least I know he has good taste, because out of all of us, I'm the favorite. Remember this now, Indrid.
Of course.
I'm the
Mate.
pretty one.
He wants to own your face.
Not
Well,
own.
here's
This
the-
is collateral.
Here's the thing. It's collateral. I don't own it. You do a bit of a trial run. A bit of a trial run, as I give you a bit of information. And if you decide not to like, or if even worse, you try to break this deal, I keep your face, which isn't a lot. Not a lot at all, but just to give you a little idea, since it's a bit of a fair understanding, if I have your face, my children has your face. And my children are everywhere. So the question is, of what you want me to do with your face?
Well,
or
you
what
see,
I can do with your face.
that sounds interesting. If you can get me some official copies, and they do good on my reputation as a businessman, that is very profitable. But if you use it and abuse it, then
So
that
what
hurts
you're
me more.
saying is
He's
you
going to
think-
give his spooky children your face and send them out into the world.
It depends on
just-
what their deals are. What do they want to do exactly?
So what you're saying is you'd be willing to trade in your face for profit.
No. Am I giving it or lending it? You said, remember, it was collateral, not a give.
Well, if it's collateral, I won't take it yet. But if you're giving it, then I can give you something in return. Quite a bit of profit. It'd be very valuable if you had multiple of you making deals.
But then how do I get around? I kind of need to eat and breathe. That's kind of important.
Oh,
and
no,
see.
no. Don't worry. I won't actually be taking your face. It's just a figure of speech that I'd like to say.
Taking the visage, then.
Yes. Kind of. We'll go with that.
Oh, Rave, just give him your face already.
Usually it's a good thing to make this kind of thing in writing, I think. But, how long would the trial period last?
The trial period will last. You have an interesting job that will take you into the Titan Wilderness, correct?
I think so. It's interesting, you say?
Yes. I don't have many faces there, or many children to be exact. So, if our trial run is you going there, and then once you're done with it, if you find it valuable, of gaining my information going back and forth, we can make this a full agreement.
Wait,
So
so the
I'll-
trial period is a period of several months?
That's not a very long time, and
That's a very long time.
really then, that's nothing.
We travel by montage. It's nothing.
I was thinking like the original full deal would have been like a couple of months at best, maybe even a week. You're saying that's the trial period run?
It's dust to the winds of time.
The fuck out of here.
It's only a little thing.
Alright, so
All I wish is so you bring me with you, or at least allow me to gather things where you go.
Rizzo, did you find a way out of here yet?
Do I see a way out of here?
You see a bunch of doors.
So then,
I'm
wish-
leaving.
Like, you open up the door, it's the same hallway. You open up another door, it's the same hallway.
Yeah, I'll go wait in the hallway. Fuck
You-
this shit.
Just go in the hallway.
so then, let's do this.
As he takes off his mask, as another mask is there, and he hands Rave the mask. Do you take it?
Nah. We need to make sure we have some clear ground rules here. I will be happy to offer them if you think they're fair. So, first off, for months, I will be apparently on this trial loan. During the trial, I'll be able to freely talk to your child to reconvene with you if need be. Correct?
And I will give you sufficient information of what I can give you.
Correct. For the
Yes.
duration of... what was
And
it?
this isn't just for you, this is for your friends, this trial run. It's just you're the collateral.
No. I'm not paying for them. They can pay for themselves.
No. Is that so then? Would you all be willing to pay for yourselves? That would be lovely. Rezo, I would love your mug. It'd be so interesting. The
Only
shop
make
great
deals with
tea.
one weird entity at a time.
Don't worry. That one is not even in comparison.
Secondly, if I give you and the children the use of it, you cannot do anything illegal. They must remain lawful. I have a reputation. That's the main point.
They will only be doing things that you will be doing. I will not confine my children to not act the way you do. They are taking your face, so they will take actions like you.
Alright, because I just make sure I have a public face to keep now. In private, if you're clever enough and you do your thing, which I think you're pretty powerful enough to do, that's you. As long as it doesn't come back to bite me in the ass.
It will.
That should be doable.
Alright. And this just gets us information trades, essentially.
Yes. Now, if you want to trade other things, I could possibly do more. Now, the trial run is the collateral of your face. Now, if you wish to sell your face, though, to so my children can have it, I can give you something else, and then we can make another deal of sorts of this trial run.
I
Somebody
think
else can go on collateral.
I think that seems fine. If you like what happens and you enjoy yourself enough that you want to invest further, then it's worth it. Trial run saves us both a bit of risk.
So how about this, Rave? I will give you this deal of you giving me your face, and I give you access to one of my children. Well, access is a very strong word. Contact. And if your friends seem interested, just bring them along. I can always welcome more.
Seems you're getting quite a lot too. You get 5 other people.
There could be something in it for you if you really want there to be.
I'm fine with, sharing. Just remember, I'm becoming a doorway to 5 potential opportunities, and I can be a good promoter for you from the experiences we share.
You're creating a pyramid scheme, Rave.
I'm creating good relations. I think this is a pretty good deal.
I would appreciate if you bring more, and if you do so, I feel like a bonus for you would be appropriate.
I think I know many individuals who we'll find on our way who might have good use of your skills, and I'll be happy to introduce them to your door.
Glad to hear it. Now then, please take the mask.
And I still get to use my face in all the daily activities, right? Just making sure.
Of course. I would not take your face away from you. I just have access to your face now.
All right. Now, since we don't have any paper, I'll just have to go on your word. And I extend a hand with my signet ring on it, because that's just kind of, I guess, the Tabaxi version of making a solid deal. Shake?
Take the mask. It is similar to a shake. Far better than a shake, honestly.
Now, Rave, I'm only going to say this one more time. This is messed up. Right?
Why so? He's getting something out of it. Something that could be beneficial.
Maybe it's just your demeanor, I guess.
Possibly. I do creep people out quite a bit.
Yeah. It comes off real strong.
Just before I take it, one last thing. I would like a 24-hour return. If I don't like anything immediately resulting in this. If there's
Sorry, but I don't do returns. You either stick with your deals, or you don't. If you don't find yourself as decent enough of a trader to keep yourself, or to keep your word, then don't buy what I'm selling.
Well, I suppose fine. But then obviously if I don't like what you do, I'll be happy to share negative reviews. And I'll take the mask.
Okay then. As you take the mask itself, you feel this somewhat burning sensation on your hand as you grab it. But pretty much as you pick it up, it removes from him. As pretty much the mask itself matches something similar to your own face. But now you have it. And with that, Rave, you have a mask of disguises.
Oops, you just need to add that into my inventory.
Keep that on your inventory at all times.
Don't let Feek steal it.
Now then, if none of the rest of you wish to make this decent bargain or put up collateral for the overall group deal, then please be gone and leave. I have business to do with one of my associates as he looks over at Rave.
Sure.
So you don't trade in feathers at all, then?
No. Coin and valuables are only so useful to a point in life.
Okay. Rave, you gonna be sticking around?
How else am I going to get the information that you need?
Okay. Let me know if you need anything, and out the same way we came in, then.
Yes. Please hurry up. I have business to do, and I have very little time on my hands.
Right.
What do you think? I sit in this room all day?
Yes.
Fair assumption. Leave.
Just kind of give him like a side glance, like.
By the way, what race was he again?
He looks like. So as you look
Several
over his
races.
entire body, his demeanor looks tall and lengthy. When it comes to his entire outfit, it is a bright purple suit with a white shirt underneath it, with a purple bow tie. He has what looks to be a trench coat over him that is also a darker shade of purple, with a mask for covering what you would assume his face is, though whenever he removes it, it seems a bit weird as there's just another mask under it.
But no
unless he
like pointed
shows his
ears or
face.
discoloration skin
No
or tail.
pointed ears or anything like that.
My best guess is he is a Fey Ray.
Not a Fey Ray or definitely a Fey Ray?
His Fey.
Not a Fey. And when it comes to his hands, he's also wearing gloves that cover them as well. So you don't really get any actual distinctive body features.
Alright.
And with that, everybody leaves. And Indrid, you notice the door behind you opens up to the alleyway.
When we leave, if I can, I'm gonna go find somewhere to sit down, like meditate, and do a little praying because I've been creeped out from my
touch.
my limit for the week there.
And with that, everybody leaves the room but Rave. Now then, Rave. My lovely new associate.
Yep, for a monthly trial period, remember?
No, well, yes.
Yes,
That
yes.
is a monthly try. Dude. We'll say that for now. So then, what do you want to know?
Well,
I could just give you the information of the individuals you're looking for, at least an idea. But I could give you something else if you're looking for that.
I can tell you this. You like to be entertained. How about you give me enough to get things started, to the point that I can actually pinpoint and find, and I'm sure you'll enjoy seeing the scene unfold when we uncover the individual.
Well then, if that's what you're looking for, then I can give you 2 words to start this little fun little game. Sewers and scales. If you want to keep me entertained, then work off of that. I'd love to see what you can find.
Alright. I'm sure if I gather enough entertaining interest from you, the next time we meet, you'll be more open to sharing.
Indeed.
This is me lending my trust to you.
I do appreciate that.
As you should.
Thank you, and also, if you need my child to speak to me again, call out Gamma, and they will approach you when appropriate.
That's good to know.
Goodbye, Rave.
Do you have a name? Do you prefer, since we're associates?
The face, many man, Mr. Miss. I go by many. You can make up a new one if you really want.
I'll try coming up with something clever for you, see if you like it. Run it by the flagpole.
That would be lovely. Goodbye.
Mr.
Now-
Face.
To the door. Alrighty then. We all here? Did everyone make it out okay?
Yeah, I presume so. I went and found a tree and just kind of leaned against it and shook my head a little bit, like.
Well,
Rave,
alright.
so was it worth it? Your face? A couple months of your face being borrowed? What'd you learn?
I kept it a little vague, but certainly with some interesting hint. Sewers and scales.
What about them?
That's what we know. So there's going to be some scales involved. And down in the sewers, for sure.
We knew the sewers part.
But we didn't know if it was going to stay or end up back up above ground. So it's certainly in the sewers.
Okay.
Now scales. I'm
What? So
assuming
let's
utility-
go. Scales could be anything, mate. It could be like weight scales.
No.
I can turn into things with scales.
I read between the lips. That was more reptilian skin scales.
Okay. Well, did he tell you how to get into the sewers? Did you get a map?
I don't need a map of the sewers. We're going to be exploring with Wobbles. Wobbles knows where to go.
Yeah, but a map is better than Wobbles.
I'm pretty sure we can find it without needing it. Either way, I didn't want to ask too much.
Yeah, we should.
If I don't ask too much, I have more to earn later on.
May, you already sold yourself.
No,
Might
I
as well
just
go all in at this point.
Just his face. Just
lent
his
my face. That's all I did. And as long as they do it with a good reputation, I have no problem.
I suppose I get it. It's kind of possible. It might have been a good deal, but
This is a man
just the
who
way
hides
the guy
behind
was talking,
an
right? Yeah.
illusionary wall that separates you from your friends and puts you into a gilded hallway while he's sitting in the middle. You think this is the kind of guy who's got a good reputation? Who's going to increase your standing with the right people? No.
Maybe.
This guy's a spooky
could.
git.
You could. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I'm curious. I'll tell you that much. He's
Aye.
got a mystique about him. It's just super
And
creepy.
it's a trial period. So if it
Yeah.
works out well, good. If it doesn't, we cut ties.
After a couple of months.
Doesn't seem too bad.
Hopefully not. I hope you're right.
And not to mention, just so you know, most people don't really recognize the differences between us Shroud. Many assume I'm another Tabaxi, so I don't really expect many people in Candoria to recognize me easily.
That happens with me and Arlo's lot too.
You see?
They all look the same.
I don't know.
Weird.
I feel like everybody has that has called you by name, Ben.
Well, me, yeah. There's only a few of us. I'm just talking as Vin. All the short ones just kind of blend in.
Okay then. So then, what are the rest of you doing at this point? As you know, not a lot of information was gained, though a lot of future information was probably gained.
Hopefully. I'm glad somebody took that deal because me as a person, I'm very curious.
The question is, what deal did Rave take? Who knows?
Actually, by the way, Rezo, can I borrow you for a second?
Sure.
Can you and I just have a little powwow moment? And I'm gonna hold this mask, and you're gonna touch it. And can you tell me what it is?
Yeah, I'll spend the 10 minutes to identify it.
Mask.
Just a mask?
It's a mask.
Just
It
a
looks
mask.
like it's a mask that kind of looks like a very low quality of mimicry of Rave. Just a mask.
We're doing
Not
Legend of
magical.
Zelda, Majora's Mask kind of thing going on.
Kind of. That's
Okay.
kind of what it looks like.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, it's not even magical.
Not even magical. Oh, all right. Does it look magical to you, Indrid? I mean, you have magic eyes.
Yeah, is it magical?
Nope.
Nope.
It's not.
It's not magical, mate.
Alrighty then. I guess it's a receipt.
Maybe.
Maybe you can locate object with it. That's how it'll follow you.
Maybe. But yeah. I'll
Well-
find a way to secure it. Are there
So-
holes in the side? Is it like a possible can I tie
Like
mask?
domino or
Oh, if you're trying it out, if you put the mask on your face, it just perfectly sits on your face. What type of are you thinking of anything like anybody in particular when you're putting on the mask, or do you just put on the mask just to see if it fits?
Oh yeah, just to see because I didn't know if there were holes.
Just-
Is it gonna fit? How's
You
it
just
gonna work?
put on the mask. There's no need to tie it down. Just sticks perfectly to your face, and it doesn't actually feel like it's obstructing anything or anything at all.
not even the whiskers?
Weird.
Weird.
Take it out. It's like a magnet. Kind of
That's a
fun.
magnet.
Yes, you watch. And I move around with it on, so it doesn't get off. Push-ups, sit-ups.
What are magnets, mate?
I have some right here, and I pull out 2 lodestones, which I use for mending. You know,
Those are rocks, mate.
they're special. They have an attraction to one another.
Oh, special rocks, mate.
Yeah, special mask. Yeah, until I can get some string on it, I suppose I'm just going to put it on my face for now.
So what are we gonna do about this? Head down in the sewers and look for an alligator or something?
Well, why don't you contact Wobbles, see if he's made any progress on that front?
See any kobolds down there?
Oh shit, you're actually alive? Fuck, I thought you were dead. I was trying to inform you.
Oh, shit.
Hey, yeah. Get to me now, please. I'm stuck behind, a metal grate that I can't move. As you can just feel his location at this point.
Ping.
Yeah.
I'll
A
signal
GPS.
to everybody else.
I think we got our way in.
Perfect.
Okay.
Right, lead the way.
Go on.
Sort of a light jog to where Wobbles is at.
Can I feel that my mage armor is back?
Yes, you can actually.
Yay!
Interesting.
You're not doomed. Woo.
No dispels, just suppressions.
Anti-magic.
Very fun. Okay,
I think I have a good name for the guy, too. I think he should be called Mr. E. Because it sounds like a mystery, but it's Mr. E.
Ooh.
Yeah,
See what you did there, mate. That's quite clever.
Oh, what does the E stand for?
everything
Enigma. Oh, that's
and
nice.
everyone.
So you all begin to make your way to Wobble's location. Are you making any stops while doing so?
How far out of the way would the Jenkins place be to kind of update him?
So just to give you an idea where Wobbles is taking you, he is taking you to here.
That is quite
Yeah.
far away from the.
The opposite way. Gotcha. Yeah. We don't need to stop there. It's just been of favor.
But at this point, you guys continue into what looks to be kind of an old, back alley. Bit of an opening. And at this point, you can notice what looks to be a kind of storm drain in the middle of the road, or the middle of the alley at this point. You can just hear a very light pecking at it.
Does it appear any way to open it? Like maybe a lock or something?
Nothing that you notice. It's actually pretty well rusted over as well.
Well, it might not. It probably won't work, but I'll give it a tug and see if I can just pull it open. Is that something I could just pop out?
Yeah, you could do that pretty easily, honestly.
Okay.
Doesn't take you much effort at all. As you just kind of pop it off. The main problem was you figuring out where can you fit your fingers in to get your grip on it.
Mhm.
At this point,
Yep.
you pop it open and you can see what looks to be Wobbles holding on to what looks to be a ladder. Hey, it's the big fuck. Hi.
Hey, Wobbles.
As he just hops out.
Why aren't you flying?
How'd it go?
It's called spite. Don't worry about it.
Are you still mad?
Did you hurt your wing?
Nah, I'm never mad.
Okay.
Do you need some healing? Did you sprain it?
Do you need a dictionary? Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned, and I feel like you have some pride. You don't want to admit if you got hurt, so.
Oh, thank you for your concern. So
Uh,
then, this is the exit. Welcome to the fucking shit express. Down that way.
What did you find?
Shit.
Like actual shit, or things that you need to clarify.
Yeah, like literal shit for the most part. It's a sewer. Saw a couple people down there.
Did you see any scales?
Any scales? I didn't notice any merchants down there, weighing gold or anything, but I could take a rain check on that real quick.
No. You know what I mean. You're smart enough, whatever you are right now.
Oh, okay. When it comes to scales, I'm assuming you're meaning, the reptilian type, which there's a lot of shit down there. Plenty of lizards, plenty, fucking weird rats, snakes.
But no stray scales. Nothing scraped on the edges that might have fallen off.
Nah, nothing like that.
Alright.
Maybe some, fish scales, but I don't think you're looking for that. You could? Who knows?
How
I don't know what
big?
the fuck, I don't know. Fucking... He can't really measure it out. He has wings.
You've got little talons. Do the claw.
Did any of them fuck with you while you were down there?
No, don't worry about it. I don't have to worry about that for like at least a bit of time during the day.
That's curious, but awesome.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna have to
Don't
go
worry.
down there. I'm gonna not really like this.
Don't
Can I
worry.
can I fit down there?
It will take. No, actually, no. You're gonna have to wild shape.
Fuck.
Well, I'll go down for. I don't suppose it's lit down there.
It's not lit down there.
Arlo's gonna start climbing down the ladder.
Okay then.
Oh, well, I guess here we go.
Mate, I just got these clothes.
Take them off.
I
Fucking
can clean them up later.
Fucking buckle up, princess. All you got magic. It could be fucking clean and made smell like roses. As the bird drops down in there again.
Yeah.
Why are we following the bird, mate?
Because I'm smarter than you. That's why.
Because we've already been down there.
He knows the way back to the prison. We might be able to find something along the way.
I mean, like in general, but all right.
I'll just prestidigitation on my gauntlet to make a nice smell and cover my nose with it.
Use the mask.
Oh yeah, prestidigitation the mask. Make the mask smell nice.
Okay. As you all make your way down into the sewers, can you all give me Constitution saving throws?
Do
Can
I
I
get
turn in-
advantage? I've got the perfume.
You do have the perfume, so you have advantage.
Can I have seen a crocodile before and be shaped into a crocodile?
You have not seen a crocodile before. You are way too new.
Oh well, 9.
A snake, then probably.
Ooh,
A snake could work.
25.
Wow.
At 20.
Yoo-hoo. They do much better.
Yes.
Would I, as a snake, need to make that con check?
Nah. No.
Just don't flick your tongue out into the air. That's how they smell.
Yeah,
That's how they
yeah.
smell.
True.
Arlo, what are you doing? Are you rolling?
I got a 25.
Oh, 25? Okay, it doesn't fucking matter. You're a sorcerer, that's
Yeah.
right.
Are you alive?
Fucking you,
Snake, then?
you don't even notice the smell. All the rest of you.
I've
are-
smelled some bad shit before.
Yeah, Rezo,
Your sense of smells
Arlo,
died.
you don't notice it. Everybody else, it smells atrocious, honestly. Then you could sadly taste it a little bit.
All right, mate. Smells like a sewer.
Okay then,
Ugh.
onwards we go as Wobbles is just walking along.
Not good enough. I prestidigitation all 3 to make multiple intense perfumey smells to try to cover it up. It's just that bad.
It doesn't help.
I
It
know,
doesn't
but I'm
go
just.
away.
That cat knows, man.
The smell is just stuck. As you all begin marching into the sewers.
This is why you bury your shit in sand. Oh.
As you guys follow the Wobbles deeper into the sewers at this point.
How big is the giant poisonous snake?
If I'm right, isn't it? I think it should say
just
on its
large,
character
For
I think.
giant, it's just large when
I
it's.
believe.
That's probably when it's
Medium
coiled.
beast.
Oh,
really?
The medium beast. Yeah.
oh,
that's
you're
what I
just doing the
thought.
poisonous snake then.
Oh, I'm thinking boa constrictor. Those ones are
No, the
large.
poisonous snake is like only. Like what is it?
Maybe 6 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a
Still-
giant
I think it
constrictor
still
snake.
counts.
Okay.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not at that point yet.
Okay. Well, if you're that small, I'll offer to like let you wrap around my neck so you're not
You,
slithering.
I'll
and
give you
shit.
access. Which snake do you want, Vin? Giant poisonous?
I think so. Yeah, that seemed like the next best kind of. Yeah, either that or a constrictor.
Okay, you have one now.
Okay,
It's
thanks.
inside of one force.
I'm keeping an eye out for a crocodile, for the record.
Man, if there was a crocodile up this north, you got some problems.
Ah,
Yeah,
fair
I
enough.
guess it is possible.
I was
Actually,
gonna say it's magical. Who knows? We got cold wolves
Yeah.
for all we know.
We're in the sewers looking for scaly shit. I'm looking for a crocodile.
Okay, follow me this way as Wobble just marching down the sewer at this point. So you want to go back where all the bodies, right?
Yes.
Do
Okay.
you want us to carry you so you don't have to trudge along?
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine with walking. As actually you notice as he's walking, he's just actually slightly above everything.
Metaphorically and physically.
Can I talk to Wobbles in snake form? My intelligence is 2, for the record, but I keep my.
No, your mental stats.
I
are
keep
7.
that. Yeah.
I'll say yes.
Just because Wobbles is technically an animal, and he could technically speak other languages, so I'll say he can speak with other animals. Okay then, so we're just gonna go down the sewer route, and you said scales. Why the fuck you want to find scales? That's fucking weird.
Well, I have it on good authority that our supposed threat has something to do with that kind of information. So either we're facing something that has scales, maybe has a big scaly creature as a pet.
So you're saying watch out for, dragons. You're saying dragons. Man, I really hope we don't run into dragons.
Did you find a room big enough for a dragon?
I was gonna say, can I even fit in here?
Oh, this place is fucking big. Honestly, there's a couple places a dragon could probably be stuck away.
A dragon in a dungeon? Whoever heard of such a thing?
Well, I mean, we're in the sewers. That's not the story.
Yeah, dragon in dungeon, probably not so much. Dragon in the sewer,
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I've never even seen one, let alone thought they would still existed if they do at all.
And at this point, you guys will be walking through the sewers for about an hour at this point, as you guys are eventually brought back to this very rememberable smell of not only the smell of the sewer, but also a mixture of decay of corpses.
Do you want to turn on some lights so we can get some of the color here?
No, we don't want any light.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this now. Don't do light.
I'm gonna sneaky ahead and scout it out.
See, this guy has the right idea. Maybe, who knows? He might be trying to eat one of those corpses over there.
Hey.
Alright, well, we'll stay back. I'll constantly message you if you want to give us updates with a check-in. I'll just...
Right, mate. Here's the code, right? If I scream, save me.
Also, I have a question. Rave, why is your, whispering louder than you talking regularly? Honestly. That doesn't help at all.
I think you just have really sensitive ears.
Sure, let's go with that.
We could also give him one of the sending stones.
Message back and forth once per day. Should know.
Yeah.
That, so.
Ascending stone only works once per day.
Once per... Seriously?
It casts the sending spell.
Well, if there was once this day, it would be a good time to use it now.
Well, if he's going to go beyond the range of my message, then yes.
Well, I can see pretty far ahead.
I'm going to slither around a little bit too.
How about I
giant
take
poisonous snake.
Yeah, I'll take the snake with me.
Take snake.
Oh, he's large. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm big.
Is it
It's
really
medium.
large?
No. If he's a giant...
It's
snake,
medium,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I mean, for a snake,
You
it's
can't have
big.
a medium creature carry another medium creature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's basically like a big boa.
He's slithering on by next to you.
I mean,
Well, I'm
technically
invisible.
You could carry a large... Yeah.
Are you? Oh,
No, I rolled a 20.
Yeah.
I don't need carried.
No. I think we'll be fine. If there's anything that's going to attack me, I'm not going to solo it, so we'll be all right.
You continue into this room at this point, as you can notice it's filled to the brim. Well, I wouldn't say to the brim, but it's filled pretty decently with bodies across it. The majority of them looks, for the most part, dehydrated and or, starved, with an assortment of skeletons being underneath most of the recent corpses. Vin, since you're with him, roll me a perception check with advantage.
That's a wisdom. Perception +2 with advantage. 21.
Okay, then. So as you're kind of looking around at this point, something that will catch your eye, it's actually the corpse of the woman you were interrogating earlier.
I'm gonna start hissing it, Indrid. Just
What is it, boy?
you.
Tip me in the well?
I'll kind of coil up and around her.
It's Mimi in the sewer.
He never saw her.
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah, right.
I'm talking to him and he's not talking. Oh, yeah, that's right. Can't understand
Are
me.
you gonna like start slamming your like head onto it like?
No, how far ahead are we from the group?
I wouldn't say
Uh,
more than 30 seconds.
Yeah, like not that
Enough
far.
to, if so, I'll go back and kind of
At most
string
like a
Arlo
minute.
and or Rezo along.
Yeah, like a minute away at most with like your walking speed, or like half your walking speed, honestly.
Mhm.
Okay, well, unless there's more to see. I mean, but I'll keep that as a note for sure.
Arlo
Continue
will
ahead.
follow the snake. Oh, that didn't take very long, did it?
And then just the same, kind of go right up around the girl's body that we
With it
saw
being
previously.
dim, with it being dim light inside this room, but with your superior vision, Arlo, you can see clearly, and it looks like she has a notable gash mark going down from pretty much right here all the way down to opening up her chest.
Now we're talking like down through the sternum.
Yeah, down through the sternum.
Oh, well, that wasn't there before.
What are we looking
Now
at?
go. Well, remember when I told you that there was one of the women who was the murderer? She spontaneously died.
Uh-huh.
This is her. She wasn't in quite as bad shape when we last saw her, though. And Arlo will. Oh, this is making him gag more than the smell. And he'll just kind of take out his little dagger and kind of push aside some of the ribs to look inside.
Okay, then roll me a Constitution save.
I'm giving myself disadvantage for this.
That's pretty fair.
All right. Oh, I actually have to roll 2 die for this. So here we go. That's still a 19.
You soldier on through it still. It's horrific. You like as like you go through it, and the worst thing is like you've not seen the inside of the body before, but you assume it's a lot more organized than what this is, as the inside of the chest cavity where the lung and heart is located is a bloody mess.
Gelatinized or?
For the most part, from what you can tell, the lungs themselves have been, for the most part, shredded, along with the heart missing.
Oh. All right. Well,
Wait,
I
wait.
have.
So this is the prison girl?
Aye.
How
and
did she get
she's-
down here?
Well, to be honest, most cities don't really have organized ways to get rid of unwanted bodies if you don't want to go through the whole process of burials and such. Although that seems odd for the Temple of Justice.
What? So she was dead like this in the prison cell, cut up and all that?
No, all she had, like, you notice some of the bruising, but this entire laceration down the center of her was that this is new in the past maybe 2 hours.
Who had her last?
The temple.
Who in the temple?
Well, there was an acolyte and maybe 4 guards.
Who's in charge?
I imagine the Steel Maidens.
What kind of armor did the Steel Maidens wear?
Let me give you.
Probably steel, but you can't understand me, so.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yo.
Bubbles just nods at you. Ah, interesting.
Where are they? There we go.
You gonna tell us what he said? Nah.
Right.
We could message you in the swarm.
Okay, so
Rez, if you're there, I mean, we saw a bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
all right,
And
but they're not wearing scale mail.
no.
Okay,
And just to give you another idea, this is another idea of Steel Maiden's armor, as this was one of the other players' mothers.
Arioma's mom.
Yeah.
She's the one that wanted to ground us.
But for the most part, it's usually a high quality set of armor. That's definitely seen battle, but well kept nonetheless.
and she's here at the
Res-
deposit, right? The slide deposit of bodies.
Yeah, is there like a pipe that would lead down to here from above?
After looking around and kind of like noticing that she's from the rest of the prison, you will notice what looks to be a chute a bit of ways away.
I'm for
And,
sure going up there.
Rave, are you looking around at this point?
Yeah, I'm looking around the ground
or-
everywhere for scales.
Okay then. So at this point, give me a perception check with advantage.
Mhm.
While that's happening, Rezo, are you investigating this body further since you have more of an experience of what an anatomy looks like?
Yes, and I also want to try and think of if there's anything religious or historical that might involve removing a heart.
So
Natural
roll me
20.
a... Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Give me a survival check, and then mattering off of that, we'll give you a religious check, potentially.
5.
Oh,
do not have
I'll
advantage.
give you advantage, actually, on that one.
Okay, nat 20 then.
Nat 20, so give me that religion check with advantage as well. Because
Ooh,
Hey.
we're doing really good.
I'm not
Nice.
saying like you've
We're
done
Sherlock
it from a
Holmesing
couple
this shit.
points, but yeah.
I deduce.
Okay then, so looking through the corpse itself, when it comes to it, the entire like upper cavity of the individual, heart, lungs, esophagus, pretty much destroyed and torn apart. When it comes to the bottom part, near the stomach, kidneys, liver, intestines, all that's still
Diaphragm.
perfectly intact. Surprisingly enough. But looking through it, one of the things that is definitely noticeable is it's a natural 20. One of the things that you'll see noticeable is the eyes are bleeding now. Or the eyes were
Postmortem?
bleeding on the individual. Postmortem.
How true to medicine are you staying here, Spaz? Because I'm going down routes.
Not super true.
Okay.
Sort of shake the head a little bit. Does it sound liquidy in there too?
Is it an empty head?
Hey, we can't
Sounds
see
a
the
little
brain.
hollow, little jiggly, a little gushy. What's it sound like?
It sounds like there's a brain in there.
Okay.
I mean, when you knock, does it echo?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's turned the gush or somebody's removed the brain or it's been eaten or anything like that.
Now, when it comes to that survival check, though, or the religion check, though, you do know some rituals of, especially the main thing is like where the lungs are torn apart, but they're still there. There's no heart. There are some rituals of sacrificing the heart of an individual that you've known of that is to give power to some sort of entity, as the heart is seen as the physical part of of an individual's soul.
Now, did this seem more like towards any of the known gods or more like a
This doesn't really, for what you're used to, is more of like the nature gods in
Gotcha.
comparison. Would take an offering, something like that, though who knows? Different beliefs, potentially could go different ways. Now then, Rave,
Mhm.
when it comes to that, you hear something odd as you're looking around, coming from pretty much behind you at this point. As you're
I turn and see.
Hide among the bodies.
you don't see anything at this point.
Oh, but I hear it?
You just hear it.
Lorping.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to do a a very quiet, whispered message to Arlo and just tell him, I think there's something invisible behind us. I hear some squishy, wishy walkies.
squishy wishy walkies?
Arlo will slowly turn around and just like take a look, but where the direction that Brave gestured to.
Yeah. And as
Okay,
I do
then.
that, I will also cast Aid at 3rd level on me, Rezo, and Indrid.
And
So,
Arlo will hold a chill touch for anything that jumps out at them.
as you're looking down, you don't see anything, though the sound is getting closer. It's not like very close to sound, but it's noticeable now. It's pointed out, and it's just continuing going.
By the way, you guys, you get 10 hit points.
Temporary?
No, this is to your max.
Aid. Yep.
Aid.
This is
Great
third level?
spell.
It's 3rd level. I'm giving it to the so we all get an extra 10.
Nice.
So me, the 2 rogues.
Okay.
Because
I'm gonna
they're
put
kind
that
of, I'm
on the
assuming, going to go
temporary.
into melee. And the druid's got a lot of 10 hit points with his beast
Yeah.
form.
So what are you doing at this point as you hear this sound approaching you at a distance?
Arlo will back himself up against a wall so he has less chances of being attacked and still hold his Ray of Frost towards the entrance where the thing's coming from.
Okay then.
Up a burning hand spell.
Actually, you know what? I'll hide. Can I
Should
hide?
Go
should
behind
I go
Vin's.
check it out?
Oh, you can't. Vin's a snake.
I'm
I can go behind any of you and hide.
Yeah,
Can
I'm
I
gonna
can I
throw
hear
some
you guys
bodies
or
on
understand you?
You should be able to understand us. It's Satsu can't
Yeah.
understand you.
Yeah, you can understand everybody else. Like it's just
I'm gonna go check it
everybody else
out.
can understand you. Okay then. As you can slither down the hallway at this point,
10 feet
continuing-
of blind sight if it helps.
Yeah, 10 feet of blind sight, so you won't notice until it's real close. But pretty much as you continue down this hallway, as you're getting about it, and also you get past this like little walkway as you go a little bit further down, as like you're listening to the sound, as pretty much like you notice this something or this thing, as you're pretty much looking down the pretty much pathway of the sewer at this point, or sensing down the pathway of the sewer at this point in the canal like channels, and you can see this in large mass that's taking up the entirety of the pathway coming towards you.
Okay,
Like a gelatinous cube.
I'll back up. And
You would wish for something like that.
Or a gibbering horrible.
I'll get back to there and start telling Wobbles what I saw. If I can.
Because he's still going to understand you.
Wait, you said what? There's a thing that's slurping on down the hallway? Hey
Yeah.
guys, there's something big coming our way. Fuck,
Like-
I'll-
Yeah, took up the whole thing.
as Wobbles
Bigger
is
than
just
it
gonna
should
be
be.
like, I guess I'll go fucking check it out as he goes flying off. And about 30 seconds later, Rave, you hear Wobbles in the most panicked voice screaming out to you saying, "Run!
Okay, run!
Leave! Leave!"
You fools!
As you hear, pretty much since you can sense Wobble, as you can feel him not going back the way you came, but pretty much going down one of the other channels
Oh.
of where you guys are going, as you can just feel him flying away from you guys at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure everyone bolts, and then I'm bolting.
I'm
Bubba says run, you run.
Yeah, you
so I'm
run.
hiding under the bodies.
Those, it might be eating those.
I'm gonna bury myself deeper. But I want to see what this thing is. So I'm gonna hang out.
I knew him well.
So who's running and who's not running at this point?
Running.
I'm running with the group, you know? Keep
Run.
up
I'm,
together.
I'm following with
Because
Wobbles and Rez.
poor Arlo, I know, can't keep up with us.
I'm all. Well,
I'll stay
only if we
with you,
run for a
Arlo.
long time.
That's what
If
you
Arlo
know.
needs
It's like
help, grab him.
after like what 30 seconds, you're kind of like 30 feet
I'm-
behind us or something.
I'm
And
pretty
I-
sure I can
Yeah.
outrun whatever this is.
Can you ride a snake if it's a size larger than you?
I am a small creature, so I.
So you could ride
Surf on him, snake.
It's
Snake
not gonna crush
surfing.
that won't crush the snake.
Ah.
You guys pretty much, as you all begin
I'll help if I
to get
can, yeah.
back down the pathway at this point, as some of you can see what looks to be this foggy mass coming down. But Arlo, you have completely clear eyesight in the darkness, as if, you know, there's just light going down. As you see this large green mass that's taking up the entirety of the sewer is just coming slowly down in the direction of you guys.
So are we retreating back the way we came or further in?
You guys are retreating further in at this point.
Okay. And I see it.
Yes, you see it.
If I'm
And
riding the
just-
snake,
Just to give you an idea,
yeah.
the width of the sewers, with two walkways, or with a walkway on each side, and also the canal itself,
Mhm.
or the channel itself, is about 4 squares wide.
Yeah.
It's taking up the entirety of that, along with
further back because you can't actually see past it.
Does it? Does the sewer have a classic like water trough kind of thing between the two paths?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So like 10-foot wide.
Oh no, 20 feet wide.
Well, no, I mean it's a 10-foot wide gully and
Mhm.
5 feet for walkway on the other side.
Oh.
10 feet for the gully.
Arlo's
People
gonna
walk
try and cast a chill touch on it. It's 120 foot range.
It's 120-foot range. Roll me an attack roll.
Keep it slow.
Yeah.
Keep it slow. Just do it. Just kite and run. Kite.
Well, I can't do
Are you-
chill. I can't.
Are you doing Ray of Frost or Chilling
No,
Touch?
chill touch is. I mean, I'm hoping it's not 60 feet away from us.
It's not 60 feet away yet. Actually,
If it's 60 feet, then I will be using Ray of Frost.
Yeah, everyone else is freaking out, so I'm gonna run, I guess.
it is about 80 feet away from you at this point.
Chill touch. So here's the attack. That is a natural 20.
Okay, then roll your damage.
Starting off strong. D8s for chill touch.
So that's 48s.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
There's 6 and not great. 6 plus 8 is 14. Nothing gets added. So yeah, 14 necrotic
Okay,
damage.
So as you're pretty much, you see the skeleton, or what is it? It's a shadowy hand,
Yeah.
correct?
Manu Mortis, and he just sort of almost pitches a baseball up, but instead of a ball, like a fist flies out, and it's just full of, it's just a skeletal hand that it seems to be made of shadow stuff.
Okay. As that hand flies out and slams into this mass, it hits it, and you can see what looks to be a mass disappearing as it slows down for a second. But then that mass is filled back in as it just continues pushing through the sewers.
Ooh.
Because I'm assuming all of you are going to keep on running at this point.
Run faster!
We'll be leaving you behind if that's the case.
I'll pick him
Oh,
up
not
if
the
I need to.
snake!
Okay.
I say I'll take him along if I can.
You think so?
I imagine like me and Vin are in the actual water, and he's like Arlo's like paddleboarding on a boogie board and kicking, trying to do his part.
Screw the poop water. Here we go.
I got a 30-foot swim. I'll do it.
At this point, you all begin booking it. Some of you just going into the gully, just fucking swimming as fast as you can. Some of you running up. Some of you faster than others. Some of you a bit slower, but, you know, making it worth it. Eventually, though, you can see the mass not only branch off into that hallway that you guys were going in, but also kind of lingers a bit. But you guys continue running, and you run for about a good 10 minutes into the sewers.
I'm looking for scales as we're running.
Roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
All right, yeah.
I'm still looking for crocodiles, for the record.
I bought some
10.
chalk while we were in town. I went to try and, in our mad fury, at least mark the way we came.
Roll me a percentile dice. You want to get lower. Damn. So as you kind of pull out the chalk and try to dash it, you notice that the walls of the sewers of itself have a very slimy layer on it.
Okay.
As you all run into the sewer at this point, eventually you stop hearing the noise and everything begins to calm down, and you find Wobble again as he's taking a breather, as you're now somewhere in the sewer, and at that point we'll be ending the session.
Oh, let's see. You found an alternate route.
Here's the exit.
Are we no longer live?
No, I mean, I didn't know if you were going to say goodbye or anything.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you everybody
Peace
for
out,
watching.
bitches.
Yeah. We're done. Session over. Fucking drop.
Get the fuck out!
Yes.
Mic drop.
Thank you everybody for watching tonight's session of Rise
Cheers.
Unity. I hope you enjoyed the interesting events that went down, and I hope you join us next week on the adventures in the sewer. See you all next time.
Bye.
No other place I'd rather
Right.
be.
It's